Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War stream. So today we're mainly just going to be farming up a bunch of gold with the little mammoth guy. Other than that, we are going to be kind of just messing around with teams, answering questions, and anything you guys want me to do. We will be most likely going on to the other account for a little bit as well. Not only to farm some gold, but also because we need to start working towards the Soul Forge. Probably not going to complete all of it during this stream, but I do need to work a little bit closer to it a little later into the stream, so we'll be doing that as well. If you guys have any questions, team builds you want me to mess around with, anything of the such, need help building teams or anything, just let me know, and we'll go and get around to that. First things first, let's go find one of our PvP teams. I really need to go change these locations. I guess I have some of them next to each other. These other ones I'm not really using need to be switched though into actual real teams if I'm going to keep them all here. Hello Ray, hello JZG, hello Watcher, hello RimWorld, welcome all, good morning. Hope you've all been having a good weekend so far. Okay, a lot of stuff we could take here. Let me go take that. We get some brown, but we get everything else. Aw, Spirit Fox, why? Okay, not exactly what we would want to have happen. Go take the purple skull, which is actually really good for us because we can go do this. Ah, 1 HP. So close. It better die to burn next turn. There we go. That should be fine. It should be fine. We'll just keep getting Azuras down. Nothing else to really move around. Go through the explosion and get those stat reductions. Double magic. Too bad that doesn't stop drain. Oh, that's gonna be nice next patch when we actually have something to stop it. Also, we have the best dispel in the game, and it doesn't even have its capability to dispel right now. What a fail. We'll throw that down. Most of that got wasted, but oh well. Famine? Yeah, let's get a famine down. Then that'll just kill off an explosion. And now we just basically hit that with anything. And this will be anything. And down it goes. Hello, Brian. Hello, Frog Hunter. Hello, Candy. Hello, Nick. Hello, Bettina. Welcome, welcome. You just watched your previous video and got an alert that you were live. Oh, thank you for that. Yeah. Normally it's a little bit delayed. Which is why it's... I don't know. It's really weird how YouTube does their notification thingy. But yeah. Sometimes they get delayed by like 15 minutes or something. It's really strange. We've only been going for like 3 minutes though right now. Let's see. Can you please elaborate a bit on raids? Well, we don't really know much on raids, so I could elaborate a little bit more on it. It is a big boss fight to fight, but what exactly is that working out? I don't know what you mean by working out, but basically, to how I understand it, it's going to be this boss fight that we'll get to do weekly, and it keeps getting more difficult and difficult the further you get on it. And basically there's this leaderboard for it, similar to how there would be one for something like PvP, and you would get decent rewards, I would assume, based on how high on the leaderboard you end up getting. So kind of like a mid-range between PvP and Guild Wars, in that it still has a slight competitive edge, like Guild Wars does, but it would be more towards an individual aspect rather than the whole guild. I also don't know if it's multi-person or if it's just going to be the 1 versus 1. It most likely would just be 1 versus 1, I would assume. Normally raids is a group thing though. I'm still not even 100% sure if it's going to be more guild-based or more individual-based. Because the way they were describing it, like with the leaderboard and everything, they said it wasn't going to be as guild-oriented. So I don't know really what that would mean then. And I haven't double-checked the forum recently to see if there was any post kind of elaborating on it more. I'm pretty sure there was. Also, he is silent spamming us like crazy. He only has 1 Merline, and he's actually getting a lot of value out of it. We can move that. It would be great if we had like a Kraken right now to go remove that, but there we go. I need this to unsilence so we can actually take him out. Let's see. Sounds like I'm getting sick. I was getting a bit of a sore throat and stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if I am. I wouldn't be surprised. It's mainly my throat right now has been weird the last few days. We'll go move that over. Take our reds, throw that down. And now get the explosion. I think it's from temperature changing too much. Like every single few days it gets like really cold and really warm. Well, we'll go throw that down. Move that. This feels so weird because we don't have a... Both of our damage sources are silenced. So we don't really have much. Hello, Kong. Hello, Miss Gunner. Welcome, welcome. Most of the time, you don't get an alert till like halfway through the stream is over. Well, we normally do it at the same times every single day. Very rarely is it that far off from the normal times we do. That's one of the reasons why I actually do it on the exact same time every single day. So you wouldn't even really need the alerts. Okay, we'll throw the Infernus down. Or I should say every week, not every day. Well, every day we do it at 8, but Fridays and Saturdays we do it at start at 10 a.m. as well. And I'm from where? I'm from New Jersey, but I currently live in South Carolina. Oh wait, oops, I meant to go do JCG's team. I even read it to myself and then didn't even switch it out. What do you think about Christina X, Dragon Soul, or Zura Kraken? Sounds perfectly fine. Would be a little bit of a liability against another Kraken though, because if your Kraken devours something on their team and then their Kraken devours your Kraken, you're pretty much out of luck and most likely going to lose because they will have a 2 times as a large Kraken. Or actually, basically 3 times because it would have been 2 different troops that it devoured. Because it would be yours devouring theirs and then theirs devouring yours back, gaining the stats of both of them. So other than that, yeah, it seems pretty good. Though that would only very situationally actually happen, of course. You getting devoured by the enemy Kraken, by a Kraken. Kraken versus Kraken. Let's see, we'll go get our explosion. That rolling. But yeah, I wish we knew more about raids. I really did. And we still don't know anything at all about the other minigame. I don't even know what to call it because I just keep calling it the other minigame, or that's pretty much it, because we don't really know anything about it. But yeah, that should be coming in like a month or so. Aw, famine, why? Oh, revive, why? That's actually bad if it revives, because now I have to take blue, or at least with this team it's bad if it revives, because it blocks my mana too much. Really wish they would rework Ancient Horror. It's one of those summons that you get that's just plain useless. The only good factor about him is he has purple link. Every other factor about him is horrifically bad. Yeah, I think Ancient Horror just lost us the battle because we're not going to be able to get our mana up quick enough. Not to mention we're def marked on anything. That's not as big a deal though. But we'll go take a brown to reds. Go do that. We'll go through our yellows. We could try getting full mana here. Let's see. We'll take that over. And then just go for a yellow surge. So move that. Nice, nice. And obviously we'll get that down. Or you know what? Yeah, we'll get that down, just in case. I need that to die. And now we go for the ancient. Oh, no we don't. No, whoa, 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 whoa. Slow down. Don't you double kill. Now we need full mana. Very, very much. How much damage is that def going to be? Probably a lot. There we go, full mana. Not enough to kill though. And he actually made it so we couldn't die to Death Mark. Death Mark gets a 1-turn delay even if it's already applied. So it was impossible for us to actually die on that turn. Hello Nautical, hello Techni, welcome, welcome. Let's see. You're messing a bit with a... Oh, so hello Doggy. Let's see. And hello Stuart and Kay. Welcome, welcome. Did I miss anyone else? Don't believe so. Let me go do JZG's team before I go forget it again. Let's see. Wait. Oh yeah, that was our green Guild War yesterday. Wait, what do I currently have as my default green then? Guild War green. The same thing. Wait, why are they both the same? I guess I tested it on suggested team and then moved it over. Oh no, never mind. They're not the same. This is the Queen Aurora version. Anyways, where was I? Let's go King Mikhail. I don't think I've ever... Oh, never mind. That was someone else. I thought that was King Salinas for a second. Yeah, King Mikhail's perfectly fine in first slot. Sakima follow-up for the really good skull spam. The Aurora for mana. How do you... I always spell her name wrong when I try putting the extra letters in it. I should just say Queen A. I believe Queen A would bring her up every time. Yeah, it would. Yeah, I just need to start doing Queen A. And... Wait, I missed something. Oh, Skullbeard. It's gonna be a really quick Skullbeard then. Oh, it's one word. Why? Why must they do this? Some of them are one word, some of them are not one word. Okay, move that there. And like Firebomb and Sunbird. Like Firebomb's 2 words. But then Sunbird is 1 word. It's really confusing. It's very confusing. Anyways, what order do we need this in? I believe that's the order, right? Sakima, Aurora, King Mikhail, Skullbeard. Yeah, that's the right order. And we're already on the correct banner, so I don't even need to change it. It's a quick Captain Skullbeard banner. And let's go see how this does against a Scion. Looks pretty skull-oriented for sure. Anything with a King Mikhail is going to be really skull-oriented, though. In your Explore team this week, with the Mammoth, you tried switching Firebomb to a Skullbeard. It works quite well in PvP. Oh yeah, you can go move it over to PvP if you want. That is perfectly fine. Personally, I kept it the way it is and just kept running it on 1 trophies if I was running it in PvP. Yeah, you could easily switch out something. I just always love using the Firebomb for a quick start, though. It, of course, works a lot better for things like Explore or just quicker battles. But for the harder battles, you would need to replace it out for an actual troop. Brown to... Or wait, what was the thing? Yeah, brown to yellow. Do we have alignment on that? No, neither of them have alignments. Trying to see if we have any cascades anywhere, which I don't believe we do. We can get a lot of stuff if we actually cast this. But it's a guarantee no extra turn, which is my main concern. It's also going to give him Scion. So I'm going to take a green here. Ooh. Okay, that's not good. But we do have an extra turn. So it's not horrible. Let's see. 88. Is that enough damage? Is 88 enough to kill? I don't believe it is. So I'm going to need to cast this on him. And now that's way overkill. And move that over. Move that over. And yeah, it's only 1 brown, not on every extra turn. And what do we need from here? Sakima, do you have any alignments? Yes, you kind of do. So, sure. Why not? Go for it. Of course, Dragon Soul, of course. I can't wait. Next patch, Dragon Soul will no longer have the chance to revive, like he just did. It will no longer be a thing. Also, I probably should have done that on yellow. Oh, wait, never mind. Yellow wouldn't have helped us. Never mind. Wait, what color would I need a caster on? Let's see. Brown would give it Enrage. Red... Oh, you know what? I think purple was the right choice then. I want to do it on, like, blue or, brown. Generally. The only issue with that is, blue would be the only particularly useful one. If I do it on brown, we don't really need to rush his mana up. He's kind of just there to beat a skull, not really to cast. Speaking of that, please hit. No. Dragon Soul, second revive. Let's go all the way. See how far we can go with this. Do I bait him out a skull so he takes it? No, that gives him an extra turn if I do. Do we not have alignment? I don't believe we do. I might just throw it regardless so he dies. There we go, finally. Hit B down. Okay. And now we just need to get the last bit of our mana again. Right back up. Throw it down. This team does loop decently well. I think that's enough damage. I don't even need a skull. There we go. I don't even need to get alignment. That's already... Sakima does get pretty nice one-shots. The more magic you have, the more damage she does. I don't think there's any really big magic boosting team that she does get used with, obviously, because she kind of needs these skulls more. But there might be something in the future that really starts to utilize both factors of her. Of course, she still uses the tap, but she normally doesn't run both attack buffs plus magic buffs. There really isn't anything consistent enough for any color that works for that. I think that's enough damage. I'm not even going to calculate it out. If it was Guild Wars or something, probably would, but in that case, we could just go poke it out and be on our way. Though I do have to say, I do prefer using Sylvania Mora over a, what's his name? King Mikhail. I find Sylvania Mora a lot easier to aim on the board, having a vertical instead of a horizontal. Okay, we could either go for these manas or go for the purple. I'm actually leaning towards the purple. He's gonna Mercy, so that might help give us alignment. Oh, as I give him some stuff. It's only a, well, I guess that's still an issue. Yeah, he's gonna throw that down, get a bunch of barrier. I have nothing to actually remove them with, though. We don't have any dispel or anything. So I guess we just take a skull. Nothing else seems to be really anywhere near alignment. There goes another Mercy, which actually helped us. That was what I was hoping would happen the previous turn. So we have that. I kind of have to throw this on first slot simply because everything else is barrier. And now we just work down the team. Go that over, get the skull poke. And if we can get another one, that'd be perfectly fine. I don't think we can, though. Nope, no alignment anywheres. We'll throw that down again. Get that going. Skull poke. And this into another skull poke would be the match. We would need 2 of them, though, which isn't enough based on what we currently have. But I'm still going to throw it because why not? There we go. And it does hit the other skull and down it goes. Sweet. So they are nerfing Dragon Soul? Yes. Dragon Soul is 100% getting nerfed next patch, unfortunately. No. It's not going to be too bad. From what I can tell so far, it's not getting nerfed too hard. We don't know if its ability is going to be changing or what it will be changing to if they are. But as far as traits, they are completely changing the 3rd trait like they said they would do ages ago. This was actually supposed to only be a temporary trait, the current one that he has. But it basically became permanent because they didn't bother ever changing it. It's been over a year now. Actually, almost a year and a half, I forget. But it's definitely been over like 14, 15, 16 months, maybe even longer than that. And the entire time, he's been only the 25% the Resurrect. He used to have a really, really weird trait where if he died, he would take control of another ally. The biggest issue with this, though, was the fact that he didn't come in with any mana. So basically, he could overwrite something that had full mana, and then your Dragon Soul would have no mana. So you basically are hurting your team, not helping it. So it was really bad. Even with the most optimal team to try to make it work, it wasn't really working. So they had to go and complete... Wow. Don't be doing that. But they had to go and completely rework it. And they just did the temporary change of a 25% Resurrect. But then they never bothered changing. Can you stop one-hitting me? We only have 2 reds on the entire team. Okay, retreat. That's... No. That's one of the first times I've really lost against that in PvP. Gosh, wow. Okay, fine. I'll go switch to the other team then. Be like that. This one only has 1 red. Yeah, it really depends on what the new trait is, on if Dragon Soul will or will not be good. I believe they're making it more offensive than defensive. So that might actually make it stronger. Once again, it might not necessarily nerf them. Sometimes when they try nerfing something, they buff it. Or if they try buffing something, they nerf it. It has happened many times before. But yeah, if they make the Dragon Soul trait too good, which they may. Because if they make it any damage at all, it could be like gain 1... It could even be Shegrished. I mean, it could even be something along the lines of how useless Shadow Dragon's trait is, where it only gains 1 attack like every purple or something like that. But obviously it wouldn't be the exact same thing. But it could be as useless as that, and it would actually still be better than what he has now. Because on your own team, having a 25% possession isn't necessarily too useful because of how random it is. But gaining a random, or gaining a consistent stat that might be able to help you is going to be a lot better than just a 25% Resurrect in most situations. Okay, well, we'll go take the red, move that down, throw in Furnace to full mana, get our Explosion down, and we'll pretty much be good to go from here. Let's go down, get a Gorgulfa. Actually, we have Famine too, though we normally wouldn't need it. Mainly it's just a last resort Famine. It's not really here for anything else other than making sure we don't lose. Though we still lose sometimes. But it's here to help to make sure that doesn't happen. You really like your 4x Dragon Guild War team, but you don't have Grim yet. Any tips for a decent replacement? Let's see. Which one are you referring to? The 4x Red that we did the other day? Or actually, we'll be doing today as well. It is Guild War Red Day. Let me see. Invade. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? I know I keep it all the way at the bottom here. Let's see. So you have everything except the Grim. Well, you'd need a last slot Impervious if you can. So a red-brown. I don't think there's any red-brown that would serve that purpose. Shegra, but that wouldn't really help us. That would almost be a disable to herself. Let me just see what there is under every single possible option. But yeah, having a Impervious or Indigestible is definitely going to be helpful. I forget if red-purple has any, though. I mean, red-brown. Red-purple I know only has those two. Oh, no, never mind. Red-purple has a few others as well. I think it might be red-brown that only has those two, though. Let me double check. There's an easy way to go check that. There we go. Oh, there's black. Really? I don't think that's worth using. If there was another brown in front of it, I would maybe consider it because of its thing. But no, that would be a little bit too clunky to use as your last slot, I think. Also, it's not a dragon. I don't think you would be able to get away with doing a dragon. Because even if you put it in Shegra there, Shegra doesn't really gain much of a benefit from a Dragon Guard class. I guess you could go with an Emperina or something. It gives a +1 red. So this now brings your coloration to a +2 red, +1, or +2 red, +2 purple. So this will help get Dragon Soul up quicker. You can do something like that. Plus it's still a dragon. You get a full heal to make sure things don't die. Your biggest concern would be Krakens at that point. Krakens and still mana drain as well. But slightly less on mana drain because we will be getting quicker. Now that we have the +1, we'll be able to get a +2 on both the reds and purples. Meaning we should be able to 3-turn Dragon Soul pretty much every time. Though we were getting really unlucky. We got double no mana surge in a row. That is not what we want to be seeing. Wow. Not a good board. Oh, that is though. Move that over. Get our Dragon Soul down. Feels weird not using another purple behind it, all of this. But we'll go take our skull. Move that over. Now we have our full heal. Get another Dragon Soul down. And what else do we need at this point? I guess a World Breaker. Actually, you know what? Let me get this first. Get that down. Throw our Explosion. That should kill it out. No revive. Good. And then just one Dragon Soul for the kill. But yeah, pretty much something along the lines of that. And the troop is mainly just there to help you get the reds a bit quicker. Yep, that is pretty much what you would use. Put it out with Grim. Grim isn't really here to even do that much. Grim's only real purpose is Impervious, lower the enemy's attack, and that's about it. His cast is basically a last resort kind of cast, at least on this team. He's not your primary anything. He's mainly just here for defensive purposes, not for offensive. But if it does come down to that, you can use him offensively, of course, and hope that he loops. But without having any burns on the enemy team, his loop is generally pretty bad. 8 gems is not a lot, particularly for a 25 mana cost. But it's mainly just there for the protections. Let's see. You seem to get 1,500 seals pretty quickly. Yes, that is the case. Do they plan on raising the cap or no? No. I believe similar to how dungeons are set up, they will be keeping it at what it currently is. But yeah, there are a lot of people that get it pretty quickly. The main reason why they don't want to raise it, well, for one, they want to keep it a limited resource, but the other reason is if they raise it too high, the more casual player won't be able to get it up easily in a week. They wanted to make it low enough that the average player would easily be able to get 1,500 seals every single week. Of course, people who play a lot can reach that probably like the first day they're playing, on like the Monday that the game resets, or Tuesday at the latest. But there are a lot of people that might not even reach the 1,500 in a given week who play more casually. And if they make it too high, it will just be too intimidating of a requirement per week. Let's see. Especially since they keep adding more things to do as well. So they're probably never going to be raising it. Okay. What do we need here? I guess we throw Famine. Get rid of one of his more annoying troops, so Queen Mab instantly. That wasn't even like the one I really need to kill, but I don't want to get frozen. Okay, let's go throw this down. We're gonna get slightly less damage on it because they're all separated, but still perfectly fine. We got to kill the Queen Mab. HP reduction. Gotta get that Mab down. Oh wait, why did I do that? I could have literally just won. Fail. There we go. Good, he didn't get the revive. Hell, leaderboard, what's that? It is really... I wish they would add more leaderboards to this game. There's a lot of areas they could add weekly leaderboards to. PvP is currently the only real one. Well, in Guild Wars. And trophies. So there's basically 3. But one of them is really irrelevant, the trophy one. But, well, I guess this one's kind of relevant to the PvP per week. Mainly because the rewards are really, really small for it. But there's PvP. There's... that's the main one. Or, actually, that's kind of secondary these days. The main one would be Guild Wars, of course. There's the Guild War leaderboard. And then there is the Guild Trophy leaderboard. Also, they said that they're going to be completely reworking the PvP system later. Oh, that reminds me. I haven't even claimed my seals yet. Should probably go do that in case anyone in my guild's planning on using them. I don't think they would be, though. Not this week. That would be next Monday if they're going to be throwing anything when a new kingdom comes out. What was I looking for? Oh yeah, I was looking for the thing. And then there's the trophy leaderboard, of course, which is mainly just dominated by every single guild that is either excessively well organized or has been created 2 or 3 years ago. Is a good majority of these. Some of them are more recent, like Interim 2, my own guild. There's one other one that's slightly new here. I keep forgetting because I normally only know the ones that have been here for a while. But, yeah. Anyways. I'm gonna go and check the mail, defend rewards, get all that. And back in we go. When soul farming and explore, is it better to aim for max souls for fast completion? Since you need to cast Dragon Soul 3 times to do Warlord 3. Wait, let me see. I would say probably go down to Warlord 2 and do it that way. One slight mistake that I actually made in the most recent video that I did go over soul farming, or not really a mistake, but it's something that's not currently possible. But it's actually the quickest at this current moment in time, due to how stats are, to if you can one-shot with skulls in Warlord 2, which most people should be able to do if you have a fair Shra setup, if you happen to. It will be able to one-shot everything in Warlord 2. So basically all you have to do is just play out the Warlord 2, since you can one-shot everything. Even though this is a 50% less soul gain, you're actually gaining more because you can very easily kill everything simply by taking a single skull, which makes it a lot quicker to actually rotate between every battle. But yeah, basically Warlord 2, keep it like that, and then just keep spamming it out. Let's see. It's better to aim for fast completion. It's always better to go for the fast completion than worrying too much about the actual soul gains. If you're... Wait, are you using a Valkyrie version? No, you're using a Dragon Soul version. Yeah, if you do only a 2 Dragon Soul cast, it's perfectly fine. There used to be a glitch where 2 Dragon Soul casts actually used to give you the max capacity of souls. Unfortunately, that's not a thing anymore. But yeah, if you only get 2 casts, that's perfectly fine. You would definitely want to make sure you get at least 2 casts, though. 1 would not be enough. And if you do get 3, then it's even better. But, yeah. 2 casts is really all you need. At minimum. It's better just to go for the quick as long as you can still get 2+. If you're using a Dragon Soul team, though, you should automatically be getting about 3 on higher difficulty. Unless you're using something else to do damage. Because Dragon Soul is only going to have 11 damage per cast, assuming necromancies. Because there's currently no dragon with necromancy. If they ever did do that, that would be insanely broken. Assuming that Dragon Soul is still in the same state it is now. Because it might be changed next patch. Also, yeah, that reminds me. Enjoy Dragon Soul while you can. We don't know for sure what will change with it. It's probably not going to be anything too drastic on this ability. I believe they're just tweaking the damage to boost ratio aspect, so that's not as ridiculously overpowered in early game. Or I'd assume that's what they were going to be doing with it. Alright, let's kill that out. I want these three to be next to each other so we do more damage. Ah, he got his own. Furnace is such an insane amount of damage. I believe they're nerfing it next patch too. They didn't specifically say so, but they said KrissTigger and Furnace and Dragon Soul are pretty above the curve right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if they tweak all of them down. Hopefully they don't touch KrissTigger too much though. KrissTigger, especially with the new troop that's coming on next Kingdom, the new troop that's going to be coming alone, even if they don't touch KrissTigger, may end up replacing KrissTigger in most situations. Not all situations, because it has a completely different form of board control. But in every situation where you don't really need to summon as much, or to stone skin or anything, where you're kind of just using it as a utility troop, it's most likely going to be replaced with the new fairy dragon that's coming next Kingdom. Also, as I mentioned before, the new Kingdom did get pushed back, for any of you that didn't hear earlier. It is now on the 29th, not the 26th. This is not next Friday, but would be next Monday. Not the Monday in 2 days, but the next week Monday. 9 days from now. But that is when the new Kingdom's coming. It got pushed back mainly because it's a holiday on, an Australian holiday on the 26th. And they weren't able to have anyone in the office to tweak things if something went wrong with the Kingdom. So because of that, they're just delaying it till the Monday. This is somewhat good because that means we'll be able to use event keys immediately as soon as the Kingdom comes out in order to get all the troops. So we're not going to need to waste as many resources as we normally would. So that's going to be nice. Even though they're delaying it 3 days, it's going to help us. It's actually beneficial to us since we won't need to throw as many resources at it. We're frozen on purple, aren't we? Yes, we are. There's only 5. I'm still going for it, though. Damn, you're 1 turn late. Oh, you better not Kraken. Okay, good. We didn't die yet. There we go. Perfect. Also, thank you, Becky, for the subscribe. Much appreciated. I'm going to have to let him take those greens. I don't really have anything I could do about it. Let me get rid of his freeze so he stops freezing us. Get our explosion and go from there. Let's see. Oh, what is, could you beat Dwarf Defend team with? Red Guild War Defend is team. As far as invading with? The easiest way generally to take out the dwarves is to have a very quick full AoE and a single target mana drain. So you would be doing that on Red Day. So your mana drain... Wait, what is a good Red Day mana drain? Well, you can also use Merline. Merline I tend to use more on Blue Day, but it can work on Red as well. You can use it as a double silence. One is targetable, the other is random. But basically any disable plus anything that has a quick full AoE. So building a Merline drain team. Never mind. What is on Red that actually drains though? Why can I not think of a single one? Mana drain. Moloch? Is that really the only one? Drain. Oops. It was helpful if I spelled drain right. Oops. Wrong again. Wait. I didn't even notice that. Moloch is seriously the only red with drain? Mana drain? Huh. Well, I guess a Moloch Merline combo then of some kind. And then just mana generation for them with like Dragon Soul or something else. Yeah. Oh, actually you could use, what's her name? You could use, this would probably be a little bit of a clunky team. But it would work, even though it'd be really slow. Let me see. We get Dark Maiden. And she's also going to be buffed next patch. Oh, actually, all the elves are. But particularly her, because she's the best elf, basically, in the game right now. She's one of the few elves that's actually still viable, even without the buff. What was I doing? Oh, yeah, Merlion and one other troop. We'll put that in last slot. Actually, we wouldn't really need that in last slot against this particular team. But we're still going to put it in last slot, because, again... And what does that leave us with needing? A brown, red, purple. I don't know if that's even a thing, though. Even if it was, I don't know if you have it available. Let me see. I'm trying to keep it somewhat cheap. Oops, not what I meant to do. I'm curious if there is one. Oh yeah, there's Gargantor and Elamagrim. I'm pretty sure you don't have either, though. But if you did have one, we could use it in last slot, like last slot Impervious, or actually they're both Impervious, so we could have a double Impervious. Though against this particular team we're up against, Impervious isn't really too particularly useful. So let's go replace out schema with something that's not schema. We would need either red purple or a red brown. I think in this case we would just go with the red purple, make it a dragon soul, and go from there, and keep it as a mana generator. And there we go. Was there be anything else that we kind of need there? No, I don't believe so. I don't think there's a red brown that we could really. Oh, you know what? There actually is one. Though it would really reduce our damage source down if I use it. We could use a Ragnagord. I will give it a shot, see what happens. Let me go move that. I don't want my damage source dying. And we'll put that right there. Go put this onto a... Well, we already have +1 red. We already have +1 green. We already have... Oh, we have +2 red, actually. So let me go +1 brown and +1 yellow. Would be what we would need here. So brown, yellow. We already have... wow, we have a lot of weird +1s with this team. Let's see. Let's go test it real quick. So budget, disable, anti-all dwarf team. Let me go fight my dwarves. Just so I don't have to go repick it for a billion times. Guild War red. Wrong team. Guild War defend red. And let's go give it a shot. So we're up against a Lord Ironbeard, a Lady Ironbeard, Penguin, and a King Highforge. So let's go and test defend team. This is one of the few setups that you would end up seeing of it. There's several different variants of it, of course. But let's go give it a shot and see what happens. Should end up working. Is there a replacement for Infernus in the team you're playing with now? The team that I was just doing? Wait. Which one was I just doing? Was it the one with Elamagrim? No. You can kind of use Ural, which would be a slight alternative, but I believe the specific team I was just using doesn't actually have an alternative for the Infernus for the most part. What do we need here? Move that one over. Take the silence. But yeah, basically this entire team is just... Actually, I don't even need the silence. It's just drain spam constantly. Also, if we get the web, it won't be able to do anything, which is pretty nice as well. So we'll go take that up. What do we need to move around? We'll go... We have the yellow convert. Don't really need it for anything at the moment. Let me go and silence this guy just so we can't do anything. The other silence actually hits the one that will make sure it doesn't have any armor to use, which is good for us. We'll go use this on red because everything is red. There we go. Very nice. Do this on a Ragnagord once we get all of our manas. Do this onto greens. Wish I would have gave a little bit more mana there, but oh well. See if what kind of converts we have. Nothing too useful. Guess we'll go just take ourselves some blues. Just keep an eye out for anything that we can go and drain or disable in any way. Don't really need to do anything yet, so we'll just go take a red and get our Ragnagord up for when we do, and that gives us actually everything. And none of them are silenced, unfortunately, but we'll go throw this onto Lancelot. Make sure he doesn't get any summon or anything. She might be able to do something, so I will go and disable her right there. And it's basically the entire team is just keep looping every single disable you have until you win out against them. And it's cheap enough. It's a rare, The only thing that's really hard on this team, particularly, is the Moloch fully traded. Though it doesn't have to be fully traded. The only thing you really need is his second trait. He barely even uses his final trait. It's just a 1 stat reduction every time you take a 4 times, 5 times, which is relatively low compared to other options. It's still helpful though, of course. Obviously, every trait is helpful in some degree. Well, she just died. Ideally, we'd be able to keep spamming her so she doesn't. That's one of the main reasons why I hate using her in first slot. But sometimes you kind of have to. It's nice to have the web at least, but she's really flimsy. Especially if she doesn't get enough casts off. What to do here? I guess we take a red and hope for the surge. And we didn't get it, but that was actually enough mana even without it. I'm going to go kill his last slot because I don't want it to be around. I don't have a Merline to go poke it, so that'll be fine. Throw that down. Get our mana here. You know what? Let's go Skull Poke it. That will be enough to kill. Another Skull Poke. Might as well take it. We'll go take it with some greens. And then just go explode the board on something like the purple. Even though we don't use purple, it's just for the wider spread. And that barely hits us. Yeah, that was her having less armor, so good. I'll take the skull right here. And now we'll double silence. The other second one will do double damage. And now we can just throw a Moloch and another poke, and yeah, that's pretty much match. Just need to get the last little bit of hits on it. Not the best of teams, but if you just need something cheaper, or towards the cheaper end to disable out the dwarves, it would be sufficient enough. I guess we could also go and replace Rag with a... oh no, we kind of need Rag for the board clear, but if we truly wanted to, one thing that we could do is replace out Rag with a Summoner. There's a lot of things that we could end up putting since we have the red, purple, or the red-brown option there. But, yeah, it does feel like we kind of need to summon that or something to keep Dark Monolith alive better. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, that should end up working decently. Or at least enough to get the wins. It'd probably be about a 9,000-ish score, though. 9,100. It'd be a little bit towards the lower side, but it would be able to get you the perfect win, most likely. Hello, or, you know, like 0 loss win, I mean. Hello, Alec. You missed the live stream. Glad to see you're doing, well still. Yep, we've been doing great. Thank you. Did you finish all the maps? Oh, wait, is Tech9 actually trying to complete out every map he has? I know he was doing a lot of them earlier. I don't think I could ever bother doing that. I also wouldn't want to, because what if maps are ever used for something in the future? But yeah, we have, how many do we have right now? We have, it's not a lot. There's people that still have over 10,000. Probably some that are like 25,000 or something. Maybe even 50,000. But yeah, we have 3,175 maps just sitting there doing absolutely nothing whatsoever. But yeah, it's kind of just there. A low level can be higher rank than you if they play a lot of PvP and get more PvP points. Yeah, it's really easy, actually. Once you reach level 100 range, or a little bit underneath, there is a really weird level range in this game, particularly around about level 80 to about, actually probably more to 75, around level 75 until about 200, where PvP is just super ultra easy to do if you have a really solid team. And you'll sometimes find a very, very low level on the leaderboard, because it's if you can get yourself a really solid team at a low level and you have the time to play, you can just instantly burst up on the leaderboard, because you actually gain, not only do you gain more points per battle, but you'll have battles that win quicker. There we go, there's one of them. As you can see, there's a level 125 in rank 99 right now. And the reason for this is I'm willing to make a bet he's using Dragon Soul. I can tell already from what he has right there. He's using a all-Dragon Soul team with the Dragotar. And is that correct? Exactly so. So as you can see, Dragon Soul is absolutely, ridiculously, insanely powerful in early game. And basically what you can do is all you need is a Dragon Soul, and that's it. Once you have Dragon Soul, you just set basically any 3 dragons onto the team. Of course, the Dragotar just for the buff. He's using a Dragonian Monk to protect himself. The Dragon Egg, I'm not quite sure what that's for, but I guess in case something dies. Personally, I would replace out the Dragon Egg for a... actually, I don't know if any dragons have a cheap mana link on them, but that's probably what I would replace it for. Maybe a Traded Asha. She might not have it, though. Traded Asha is actually pretty expensive. But, yeah, I'm not quite sure what the Dragon Egg's for, but everything else is pretty decent there. And you just get 20 damage per cast. It tears everything apart. And as you can see, it's really easy for low levels to get on the leaderboard when they do that. Because the battles that they're facing is so ridiculously weak relative to a Dragon Soul doing 20 damage to everything. Also, how many explosions does she have? I'm really curious. I think it was like 7 or something. Because I know you get a lot less explosions on a Dragon Soul early on in the game. Let me see. It's oh, it's actually 9. That's a little bit more than I thought. How much is ours if we were to go use a Dragon Soul ourselves? Oh wait, that team doesn't run with Dragon Soul. Let me go run with this one then. We have 12. It's not that big of a difference, actually. She only has 3 less explosions. I believe she has all of her Magic Kingdoms done, though. Let me see, 13, yeah. Yeah, there's only a 5 magic difference. So she does have all of her Magic Kingdoms, so that's would be why she has the 9 explosions on it. But yeah, basically everyone in early game can do that now. My other account will be able to do it too. Oh, you know what? Maybe I might need to do that at some point. I have no clue when, if I was to do that, because it takes a lot of time. But I might have to go try on my little mini account to see if I can get on the leaderboard while staying under level 100. That would be pretty funny. Though, what would have been even better was if I would have... Oh, I should have done that. I should have made a new account when they were giving out all those free resources so I could get all those diamonds and such for free. And then craft a Dragon Soul, and then, yeah, pretty much just craft a Dragon Soul, go straight into PvP, and then be like a level 30 doing 20 damage to everything. That would have been hilarious. But yeah, any level below 200, 300, Dragon Soul is ridiculously strong. Beyond that point, he's kind of just mid-range. He's still used quite often, though, for mana generation and for soul gains, because regardless, he will always passively be gaining a really competent amount of souls. One weird change that they made to him, which is actually one of the reasons why Dragon Soul is so viable. I honestly do not know why they made this change, but Dragon Soul, when it was first released, only had a 10 soul gain. Honestly, I feel like they should have left it at a 10 soul gain. Due to it being a 15 soul gain, it's a lot more desirable to actually use, due to it being able to triple cast in the full souls, meaning that for any battles that you're doing, even for stuff like Explore and stuff, you could still very, very easily use it. At this point, they kind of have to keep it at 15, or I sure hope they will, because everyone is so used to it being at that point. If they nerf it now, there's not really too much of another option compared to a Dragon Soul that would give the same effect of what he currently is capable of doing. Because forward turning to try to get it at full souls with Dragon Soul would be a little slow. I know how it was when it first came out. For PvP, it's fine, but you can't really use it for Explore and such. At the time, Valkyrie would still be used instead of a Dragon Soul, prior to it having a 15 soul gain. What is your opinion on Skyla? Skyla is decent. Really, really niche, though. The only time you would ever need to use her is if you're running against a full AoE team. Like if you're running against 4x dragons. That's about one of the only real purposes you would have. It would also have to be a 4x... Oh, never mind. I was going to say a 4x dragon team without Impervious. I forgot. She does instant kill, though, not Devour. So, yeah, it's fine. But, yeah, basically anything that is running a 4x dragon team or 4x full AoE. And the only aspect of the team that's intimidating is the full AoE damage that hits everything. That's the only time you would ever need a Skyla. Actually, there is one other. There are very, very occasional skull spam teams that you'd use with Skyla. Personally, I don't care for them that much, though. But there might be some kind of really interesting thing that we'll be able to do with that in the future. At this current moment in time, I'm not a huge fan of them, though. Because you also have to keep in mind that the AI gets to utilize the Skull Storm, too, which can backfire quite a bit. We don't have enough to fare... Oh, wait, we do. What am I saying? Kill that out. Oh, he's gonna get a famine, though. Oh. Okay, good. No. Oh. That's not good. I need the extra turn to live. That's not an extra turn. Rip. Okay. Well, that's not good. Go take a skull. That is definitely not good. Is there any way we can even race the famine at this point? No. The plan B is just don't take mana. Well, it can't not take any mana, but try to take it as minimal mana as possible. There we go. And now we'll let him famine us deliberately. And now we can go get over mana. Oh, he has Corvash. Rip. Okay, never mind. What's our plan B here? I guess we're going for World Breaker. Seems like a lot of effort to try to get that up, though. Never mind. We're going for Fair Shra. Okay, so we'll do that. Oh, wait. I can't take that. Maybe we are going for World Breaker. Oh, no, I can't take that either. Okay, we'll take the blue. It's actually telling me the right move for once. We could double Skull, though I'd rather him... Oh, wait. I gotta take it. Never mind. If I didn't, he would have killed us with the Skull. Speaking of killing us with a Skull. Hello, Skull. Well, this isn't looking good. Not at all. Well, we'll go take a red to the green. Didn't get the Skull follow-up, but he did. Look at all that mana. Well, he has full mana next turn, unless there's a way to stop him. Actually, I don't think he gets to take anything next turn. Oh, as I give it to him, fail. Off the cascade. Yep, that is match. Unless I could somehow get all my mana right now, somehow. Miraculously. Go, triple green. Well, one green. Rip. The mana drain. Oh, I can't wait till we get mana drain protection next patch. It's going to be so wonderful. That is going to be so wonderful. Also, I feel like this team keeps doing really bad now. Maybe I should go replace back to a Gorgoltha. I used to use it with Gorgoltha, but then I stopped. I think I might need to go back to using the Gorgoltha variant. The main reason I use the non-Gorgoltha variant is for the quicker speed for when we do get going, because it gets this extra magic which of course speeds up a lot since we have full AoE. Also, was this the team earlier that someone was mentioning what to replace out Infernus with? This one you actually can replace out Infernus pretty easily. My bad, I didn't realize. If you have literally everything else in this team, you could just replace this with like a Dragon Soul or something. Doesn't really matter too much. It will still serve a similar purpose. Obviously, a Dragon Soul isn't anywhere near the damage of a Infernus, but one nice benefit of a Dragon Soul being there is you gain souls, of course. So, yeah, it would be slightly slower, but you'd gain souls. So it kind of isn't that much slower, since you're at least gaining souls passively while doing it as well. This team obviously doesn't gain any souls, or other than the few that it gets from killing, which is pretty trivial. The fact that it even exists is basically a leftover from ages ago when there was actually a point where the 1 soul that you gained per kill was used to soul farm. That is how scarce souls used to be at one point. But this goes all the way back at... you have to keep in mind that the 1 soul we get per kill is based on a system where the max level at the time was level 10. That's the max level when the game first started. And of course, when the game first started, the 1 soul per kill thing was in place. So it is a really dated aspect of the game. Okay, and then we throw it down Infernus, and down it goes. Why does he have a Corvash last slot? Corvash last slot isn't horrible. It's normally not the spot you would put him in, obviously. He's more of a first or second slot chirp. But, if you need him just for stun, he's fine. There actually is one team where I run him deliberately in last slot. It's not horrible. But it's this one right here. It's, Honor, Apothecary, Guard's Avatar, and Emperor Corvash. The reason why he's in last slot in this particular team is because we're mainly just using him for his stun, not for his mana drain. Almost in every team you ever use him for, you're using him, of course, for his actual ability. In this team, it's one of the weird ones where you're not using him for his ability. You're using him for his stun trait. Oh, I just realized I'm using this against a team that's completely immune to stun. Well then, bad example. Good job. I'm really good at showing things. Let's go use the stun team against the team 100% immune to stun. I forgot that's one of the immunities on the new trait that they have. Which is not really that new at this point. Oh gosh, you just hit the most important thing on my team. That's not too big of a deal though. We can easily get it back up. But okay. That is our only red as well, and that missed. Okay, this is just gonna complete backfire. It looks like. We'll go move that over just because we can. He's gonna high forge, and that's gonna damage us. Just need to go get our mana back up on Apothecary and then work from there. So he'll do his thing. 6 HP Guard's Avatar, that's plenty enough. No, it's not, but oh well. We'll go take that, get our last little bit of mana. And, wow, there's a scarcity of browns on the board. Guess we have to take the skull for now. We'll definitely need to show this again. This is a ridiculously bad example of it, but we'll go do that. Need to try for an extra turn, so we had to do it on the red, even though we don't really need the red mana. Ideally, we'd want to be getting on the blues here. Let's see. We can't even take really anything that's too useful. We'll have to do that so we can take a green. I'm just going to cast for now. Get at least some damage down. He didn't go for it for whatever reason. I don't know if I will or not. The colors I need aren't really any of that, but we'll take a skull, I guess. Why not? He's just going to take some mana. We'll take the reds. Very nice. And just need the last little bit of our mana. Come on. Still need it. There it is. Green. Throw this down, this Apothecary down, and work from there. So we'll take out those blues. We have Corvash now, but we don't really need him. We mainly just need to go get all of our armor back and go from there. Again, we need blues, but there's no blues. So not as much to really cast on. I don't want to throw this on red either, so for now we'll just do it on skulls. Get that killed out. And still can't really get it on blue. Don't think I'm even going to try bother hitting on it. Just try for another skull, and then we'll go for the high forge again. There we go, kill that out. Normally you wouldn't really be spamming on skulls, but it does appear to be working out this time. And then we just go for the Corvash. Okay, let's try this again against something not completely immune to stun. That would help. That would definitely help. Here we go, round 2. Let's, oh, that's funny. This is actually quite perfect. We're doing a last slot Corvash team against a first slot Corvash team. But yeah. So this will be a good example on why, or instance where it actually can be used in last slot. Because this is him using it in the inverse of that. Yeah, we're basically, as you can see, using it for the stun. Something we weren't able to do last turn, or last time. We keep spamming it on blue. Ideally, we'd land it. Oh, wait, we did. Nice, perfect. And then we just keep spamming out, keep converting, keep doing it on blue, keep cycling through our things, keep casting on blue, just keep buffing. I might just go for a one-shot at this point. We have a pretty good board setup this time around. Ah, we missed, finally. I think that's enough to team wipe. And dead. And that's basically what the team does. And as you can see, we didn't cast Corvash a single time. He's just there for the stun. The reason why we need that stun, other than the fact that it's a stun, which will get rid of their traits, but it's also for the fact that we need it for the boost ratio. Honor has a 4 times boost ratio on per stun. So assuming the entire enemy team is stunned, that is 16 additional armor, which is a pretty competent amount of armor. It's not necessarily like a double or anything, because he technically starts with 27 due to his... oh no, I mean 32 actually. I forgot, it's 10. So it's basically like a 50% increase. Actually, it's exactly a 50% increase, because he'll have 32. So that will give him an additional 16 when maxed. But earlier on in the game, when you're using this, and if you don't have him fully traded, it basically is a double increase to the amount of armor he gets, assuming you have the entire team stunned. So it works out pretty nicely. Hello, Lich King. Welcome. Do you think you'll be beta testing 3.3? I do not know if they will be letting us beta test the 3.3. I sure hope we would be able to. I haven't heard much about it on if they will. It sounds like they're going to try getting it out pretty soon as well, like within the next few weeks or so, because they do really want to get it out before the end of... They definitely want to get it out before the end of February if they can. Of course, it might get delayed till March, but their goal is definitely by the end of February. That is what they're aiming for. Let's see. But yeah, I definitely hope I will be. We don't know if they are going to be even getting beta testers. They don't beta test for every single or they don't do community-based beta testing for every single patch. Normally, just ones that need feedback. Like when they were doing the visual stuff and like some stuff with dungeons and stuff, they also ended up getting our feedback on. But it's more so for feedback than really to check mechanics most of the time. Of course, we do check mechanics for some of the things. Like when Unity switched over, that was the main thing, was checking all the mechanics, making sure everything was working, and all that kind of stuff. They didn't make all the changes. Many times, only about half the stuff that we even mention will even get tweaked at all. So even if we do mention stuff, that doesn't necessarily mean it will actually get changed. Let's see. Did I miss anything else in chat? Let's see. Can you suggest a mid-range team for one-shotting Explorer? It's still the same. The mid-range team is the exact same for late game. I even use the exact same team on my other account. I was just doing it on it earlier as well. I was using a Sunbird Rowan double Firebomb, and I don't even have any armor or HP Kingdoms, and I was still using that team effectively in Explore, which, yeah, so I don't really think you really need anything else. It works perfectly fine without even having the stats. Because I know some people have mentioned in the past, like they were saying, like with some of the Rowan teams I used to mention, that I wasn't really killing them quick enough, but no, it pretty much is. Even in early game with no stats, it does appear to do it. You do need the double cast, of course. You're very, very rarely. Like when I do Explore, you'll notice that I pretty much one-shot the entire enemy team. That isn't really something you can realistically do in early game. You have to go for the quick 2 shots instead of the quick 1 shots. It's very, very hard to have enough stats at a very low level to one-shot Explore. You would at minimum need level 10 all kingdoms to be able to start doing that with most realistic teams. But you can simply just do like a Sunbird or a Sunbird Rowan or any double combo like that has enough damage to very quickly get both of them up. Then you simply just cast both of them and then win that way. Devs need to allow a lot of players to beta testing so we can have less bugs. But one of their things, too, is not necessarily even knowing that the bugs exist, but having people to actually work on fixing those bugs. Because there are several bugs that they already know exist that have been around for a while now that they are aware of. But it comes down more so to having people to actually fix it. They ended up hiring some more people for it recently. One of the most recent, I believe, is Ozball, which quite a few people in the community know, because he's been a player before he was even a part of the team for them. But Ozball has been with them for a couple months now, I think since, I want to say September? I want to say September, sometime around there. But he's one of the people who's been working towards some of the bug fixes and all that kind of stuff, as well as some quality of life improvements for the game in general. Let's see. Oh yes, there are some troops that are currently gaining more manas than they're supposed to, particularly Exploders, or basically only Exploders. They did mention that on the previous stream. I forget if I mentioned that the other day. I mentioned it briefly, but yeah, I mentioned like the nerf explosion aspect. But at this current moment in time, the code for the explosions are sometimes causing them to get more mana than they should be. It doesn't happen all the time, but things like Gorgolfa, Azura, Infernus, actually basically my entire team, things like Fizzbang and stuff like that, they are occasionally gaining more mana than they should be. Of course, with explosions, what's supposed to happen is it only gains 70% of the mana exploded, but for whatever reason, occasionally it's giving 100%, and they actually aren't currently aware of what is causing it, nor do I, because it's really hard to even tell the difference sometimes between getting 70% and 100%, but of course it is quite a bit of a mana difference when you're accumulating it. It's just hard to tell when it's actually going down because there's so many explosions, so many things moving. That's hard to track if you're getting like 100% or 70% specifically. They did mention that they might nerf the explosion rate they're gonna see once they completely fix the bug where it occasionally gives 100% mana on explosion. Once they fix that, they're going to see how things go, and they said they might eventually nerf explosion down to a lower amount. Personally, I wouldn't mind if explosion went as low as 50%. It would still be viable because you still get a lot of mana from the cascades itself. If they do lower it to like something like 50%, they would have to tweak quite a few lesser exploders that are basically already horrible to begin with. That would become even more horrible. They also have to keep in mind that single explosions, I wish they would have a different kind of explosion type for single explosions. Single explosions I personally feel like should be 100% mana gain, but multi-explosions should definitely be more towards a 50% or something. Because as you can see right there, we got 3 pairs at once from doing the explosion. Not even counting anything we got from the explosion mana. We got 3 different pairs. We didn't actually need any of them. I think there was like 3 green pairs simultaneously or something. But stuff like that is why exploders are generally used for mana accumulation. Because you not only get that, but as you can see, we got triple cascade right there, a skull, and 2 mana takes. You can never do that with a single swipe, or at least not as effectively. Whereas exploders can really easily do that while still gaining guaranteed mana. Sometimes it will give the enemy a good board, but with how much value you normally get out of it, that's a pretty small price to pay for how much value you get. Yeah, Dragon Soul is losing Mana Shield trait. It's getting a unique 3rd trait finally, like they said over a year ago, and they might be nerfing its ability slightly. We don't know for sure on that. They didn't really say that they were going to be nerfing the ability, more so that they would be rebalancing it for earlier in the game. Because obviously Dragon Soul is insane in early game. It is by far the most overpowered troop by like a mile and a half. There isn't a single mythic or legend or any other rarity even close to what a Dragon Soul does at the lower level range. Once you reach higher level range, it evens out very nicely. But they want to tweak it in a way that's not so ridiculous earlier on. Oh, what to do here? We'll go for an Azura. Get an Infernus down as well. They also mentioned that Dragon Soul is currently the most used troop on Defend right now. Which kind of makes sense because it's pretty durable, has the mana accumulation, and it has the nice damage. And of course, basically everyone in early game will set it. Not as many people in late game set it though. The main thing you see in late game is Scions everywhere. Scions, Infernuses, Famines, Drain Spam teams, 4 times Dwarf teams, and a few other niche teams here and there. Let me take the Skull because Scion. And Yeah, I can't wait till we get mana drain protection though. Out of everything, next patch is probably one of the things I'm most hyped for, even though it's such a trivial, small thing. But it's something I've been wanting for ages now, and a lot of people as well. And they're not just adding one, they're adding several different forms of it as well. They're also adding different forms of a new elf trait that's going to be kind of cool, and it does include mana drain protection on it too. The one I'm really looking forward to is Dark Elf Change, because she's already so ridiculously viable. And Dark Elf might become meta next patch. That feels weird to say, but she probably will. Especially because she counters herself, as weird as that may seem. Because they're going to give her immune to web as well, as immune to mana drain. So you wouldn't be able to web the other web in that case. Let me go kill this out so it's not a threat and doesn't keep reviving. Go throw our explosion down and move from there. Yeah, raid bosses do sound interesting. I'm really curious what the other one is, though. The one that they keep saying, or that they keep keeping secret. Because now I want to know. They have mentioned not a single thing about it, from what I'm aware of. They just keep calling it this other thing, but they never actually mention what it is. Okay, what do we need here? Let's take a red to a purple, I guess. We barely... okay, that's fine. We barely even need that color, but at least it's not something Cyan could take. Do we just go for Infernus all the way? No. We'd have to do it off of pure red. How have we gotten this far so far? Okay, let's move that over. We got him to the highest mana with only red. Alright, let's move that down. Get a skull poke. That's better than him getting one, that's for sure. Nice extra turn. Nice extra turn into an extra turn. And we'll throw the Gorgoltha. Get the Infernus. Get our explosion. And that is pretty much already a match. I don't even need to go disable that. That's barely a threat at all. And there it goes. It already dies. And one Infernus should be enough, or almost enough. I think Death barely survives. So we'll throw that down. And down it goes. The hype is real. Yeah, we still have a whole like month plus before we get it though, unfortunately. Though we'll have plenty of time to mess with the New Kingdom though. New Kingdom is going to have a lot of useful utilities in it. The one I'm most looking forward to is the new Legend, of course, but still will be fun to mess around with everything else that's going to be coming. I'm not sure if they're going to be doing any last minute tweaks or not, but I'm pretty sure everything on the spoiler thread is up to date at this point. They might still make a few tweaks, but I'll probably go over that very soon. Probably this Sunday when we go over all of the new troop tomorrow night. I'll probably make sure to go over all the kingdom stuff too. We have in the past a couple times, but I wanted to wait a little bit closer as well to it actually releasing, because the further out away from release, the likelier it is that they're going to tweak something. It's still possible that they might tweak any of them, but for the most part, whatever it says now is most likely what's going to occur. We're in a bit of a bad situation here. Especially with him getting kind of luck. But luckily Gorgolth is still alive. Barely has any explosions though. And he has famine. I think we just died to a pure... Actually, it's not pure brown. But a pure disabled team. And I can't take a purple to get full mana because we're diseased. So even if I surged, it wouldn't have been full. Well, what do we do then? He's gonna Cabear something. I guess let's bait him into doing it to Gorgoltha. We'll do that. That didn't actually bait him. And he got Devour. On top of everything, he gets a Devour on it too. Yeah, this match. There's no way to come back from that. Wow. That's got so huge real quick. A famine will do that. Hello, Nightmare. Welcome. Do the redeem codes work on Xbox? No, unfortunately. Basically, Xbox One and PS4's version of redeem codes are your daily tasks, or whatever they're called. The task system that you have on console. PC and mobile does not have a task system on it. But instead, basically, PC Mobile has redeem codes. This isn't, like, intentional. They do want to have console to have redeem codes. The biggest issue is, for legal reasons with PS4 and Xbox One, they aren't really able to get it for them. So, they aren't able to hand them out. It has to do with giving out free resources and such, which they're not really able to do on the console side of things. And it's a lot easier for them to do it on the PC mobile side. Alright, we'll throw the Infernus down. But yeah, we'll go give out a redeem code. Speaking of redeem codes, we'll go give out the first one, and we'll have another one later as well. But yeah, if anyone has any questions, team builds you want me to mess around with, let me know, and we'll definitely make sure to do so. A little bit later in the stream, I'm going to go switch over to the other, the lower level account, and likely grind it out some, because we need to go get level 9 Soul Forge. We're only one level away on the Soul Forge, just haven't bothered getting it yet. But once we do, we will be able to craft ourselves a Dragon Soul. Also, again, just to mention, if you haven't already, this weekend would be a great time to try to get the resources or the leveling on your Soul Forge to go get a Dragon Soul. If you have the resources for it, I would definitely highly advise getting it if you don't already have one. It's this troop right over here. Oops, if I could click, come on, double misclick, go. But if we go over to games, go over to Soul Forge, go over to, well, first you would need to get a level 9 Soul Forge, which you could just do by kills. Though if you're very short and you don't want to farm it out, it would be worth it if you're only going to spend about 100 or 200 gems to go and actually unlock it to level 9 and get it, because Dragon Soul is that good that it is worth spending that for. Don't overspend too much though, but yes, if you have the resources to do this, 800 diamonds, which is this resource, not gems, but diamonds, these things, which you get from dungeons. If you have 800 of those, 5,000 souls. Oh, I thought it was 4,000. Okay, it's 5,000. 5,000 souls and 4 celestial trait stones. You can get a Dragon Soul, and it deals a decent amount of explosions, slightly less earlier on in the game. Deals damage to all enemies. This is always the same, and it can hit as high as 20 damage to all enemies. Even the second you get it, you can hit 20 to all enemies. Doesn't matter what level you are, as long as you own 3 other dragons, which pretty much everyone should by the time you have a Dragon Soul. You will be able to just use this on a team with 3 other dragons, keep spamming this out, and you get most of your mana back per cast while doing 20 damage to all enemies. So it works out pretty nice. And on top of all that, one of the other reasons they get used is the 15 soul gain that it has. The traits are pretty much all going to be getting reworked in, other than huge, in next patch, so kind of just ignore them for now. You also don't really need them at the moment anyways. So yeah, just really decent damage, great soul gain, really nice troop overall. That 5,000 souls is kind of laughable because a Dragon Soul passively in PvP in 1 hour can gain you more souls than that. So it works out really nicely. Can you make a monster deck with Scion and Bats? Wait, is Scion a monster? Let's see. I don't know if a monster team would really be that viable. Damon's not a monster, so it'll only be a partial monster team. What purpose do you have for this? I don't really think you need one. Also, good morning, Bridget. Welcome. I don't really think you would need a monster team because it's not. It wouldn't even be pure monster, so I don't know what you're using it for. Because Scion's not a monster. As far as Crimson Bat, you wouldn't really need it into an all-monster team either, though you could use it in an all-undead team or a partial undead team. Normally it's used with like a Draculus Crimson Bat or from a Crimson Bat Golvania team, or you could just simply use it with a Valkyrie with a Crimson Bat. But yeah, I'm not quite sure what you would need that for. But if you were to go a Scion Crimson Bat team and just do it around that, it would be Scion, Valkyrie, Crimson Bats, and then one other troop. Actually, we could probably even put the... Oh, you know what? Yeah, we just put the Valkyrie in front of it just to make sure that it gives both of them mana. Crimson Bat, which is already overlapping colors. But then we could just put something in last slot to cover the rest of it. So we could go for something like a quick Soothsayer. Personally, I actually love going like pure Soothsayer as well. So we just use the Soothsayer as a backline tank. Set the banner to something like a red-yellow. And pretty much be good to go just rush the Valkyrie up and go from there. But if we were to go and actually build a team specifically only around Crimson Bat, it's a little bit of a weird team, but it does work really well. And it's kind of funny, but it does work. If you're an early game player, it's actually the cheapest thing that's viable with a Crimson Bat if you happen to have one laying around. Also works with Draculus. It's something I've been meaning to try on my my other account, because it as weird as it may seem, my other account does not have a Crimson Bat, but it does have a Draculus, which is even harder to get than a Crimson Bat. But you just do this, set it to a red-blue banner wherever it is, and we're good to go. And you just spam this out. Personally, you'll never really see me using it because it's a little bit slow this late in the game. But for earlier on in the game, definitely really, really nice, particularly if you have them. It's kind of like where you use a Tesla with a lot of low-rarity teams, or a lot of low-rarity troops, like a double Dwarven Gate plus Valkyrie. It's kind of the same concept, just different troop. This is basically Crimson Bat's version of the really cheap Tesla team. Alright, so we'll try for this, try for extra turns, and we did indeed land it, very nice. The reason I did it there was there were several different areas that had a 3-pair, as well as a couple of them that had a extra turn chance. Now we don't have as many good options, so I don't know exactly where to do it on. I guess we'll do it here. We have a yellow and a purple chance, both of which we missed, but they were there. Here we have something like a purple and a blue and a red, and we hit one of them. Actually, I think we hit the yellow, the one I didn't even mention. We have a 1 explosion. That's not really going to be that helpful. But, ooh, obviously we'd want to go for the extra turn if we could. Unfortunately, there's no purple in its path, so we can't go for that. Trying to find the better pathing here. None of them seem to be too particularly good, unfortunately. So we'll do it over here, try for the reds, and we do indeed get one. And we'll throw down the Crimson Bat, 24 damage to everything, and just get our mana back up. This late in the game, it will take 3 casts. Earlier on in the game, against most of the 2 trophies you'd be facing, it would only take you 2 casts in order to kill out the team. If you can 2 cast with this team, it's actually insanely good, and particularly quick. Though when you have to triple cast, it can be quite a bit slower due to how much longer it takes to get that extra cast in. Also, I think I might have just lost due to the fact that he has the High Forge. Nope, we actually are still in this. Barely. Oh, never mind, we're not. I lied. Scratch that. Nope, okay. Let's try this again. Let's do it on... Oh, I gotta take my revenge, though. Can we do it on this team? No, it has too high of an HP. I'm not gonna be able to show it against that. But yeah, that does work really, really well in an early game. I'll go show it on a battle after this. Let me go clear this out. This has way too much HP to bother using that against. Let's see. You hope it wouldn't be any more pay to win than Guild Wars? I don't believe it will be. Yeah, it hopefully won't be really pay to win. I highly doubt it would be, though. It's probably going to require a couple of the higher rarity setups, because it's going to need some of the... assuming that it keeps increasing in difficulty over and over and over again, you would need things that have really good longevity. There are some that do that very well already, though. For example, Emperorina might become meta, so that could be something. I'm pretty sure Emperorina on the new raids is going to be insanely, insanely powerful. If I had to guess what is actually going to be really good for it, it'd most likely just be a full, all-in buff up your first slot troop to make it ridiculously huge, and to the point that it just one-shots every single time. And then you just use that one troop to keep destroying it over and over and over again. Not sure if it's going to be one battle that continuously goes until you lose, or if it's going to be multiple smaller battles. If it's only one big battle, that's going to be interesting, because it's going to be a race to 1,000 stats. Because 1,000 is the max stats you can have. So it's basically just rushing to be able to get to 1,000 as skull damage. And then just destroying it from there constantly over and over and over again. I'm pretty sure it'll be a little bit more engaging than that, I would assume. But if that is the meta, that would be really hilarious. I'm pretty sure regardless, Emperorina will be pretty viable for it though. Because, or at least some kind of shielding related troop that can heal and such. Because it's gonna, most likely after many times of killing it, would be very, very strong. Possibly near max stats. Well, we'll go kill that up. A little bit of a waste there, but we'll throw it down. We'll take the browns over. Take down the green. Like that. Go explode everything and go from there. A Plague Loop team. That would disable it pretty well. I don't believe it has immune to stat reductions. It has immune to a lot of things, but I don't believe stat reduction is one of them. Let me see. The bosses will have immune to... let me see. One second. I forget what the trait was called. I think it was impenetrable. Oh no, it's not coming up anymore. Unless it's not called impenetrable. It might not even be up on this thing anymore. But it had immune to instant kill, it had immune to stun, it had immune to devour, had immune to death mark. Basically anything that has the capability to instantly kill another troop is what it had immune to, essentially. Anyways. While I'm here, do we know anything beyond Bright Forest? I keep calling it Blight Forest. If you ever hear me say Blight Forest, I mean Bright Forest. I think you guys will know what I mean. But, okay, never mind. Wow, we don't really know anything beyond Blight Forest coming out as far as scheduling. We only know what's coming out next week and what's coming out on the Blight Forest, which is the 29th, of course. Oh, the spoiler thread still says the 26th. That's weird. Does the other spoiler thread say the correct one? Let me double check. Oh no, the other spoiler thread actually goes a bit quicker. Oh, never mind. No one's updating the other spoiler thread. Weird. But yeah, this one actually goes all the way to April 9th. Sweet. Okay. So what's after that then? We have Bright Forest, then Leona's Empire for... wait, a double mythic. Oh, no. Those are just the mythic schedule. And then the other one's the New Kingdom. Never mind. Yeah, we only do know until the... I lied. Yeah, we only do know until the Blight Forest. Actually, we also know up until the next mythic, which is February 2nd. That's basically as far as we know. Oh, interesting. A Leona's Empire mythic. That has potential. Pretty sure it's going to be used with Corvash like crazy. Though maybe less so, because there's actually going to be a lot of mana drain changes next patch. Though that would be prior to next patch. Fairly. Actually, soon after that comes out, I'll probably do the best teams video for this current version. Because after the New Kingdom comes out, that's the main thing we need. So I'll wait till the New Kingdom, New Mythic, and by that point, we can probably go over it. Whoever mentioned that I'm probably getting sick is probably right. Let's see. No. Oh, wait. I just realized something. I was supposed to do the redeem code. Well, we'll go do that in 1 second. Let me just read through chat real quick. But yeah, we'll have 2 redeem codes today. The other one will be a little bit later. What was the thing that was just being mentioned? Oh, you wonder if it will become one of those things where people create special guilds where we do guild wars but don't do raids, or we don't do... Well, there already are guilds like that. There's already guilds that say we don't do guild wars, or, well, they don't, like, really do guild wars. They might be assigned in guild wars, just in case anyone wants to do it, just to get the free resources that you automatically get just from being in it. But they basically don't participate in guild wars. There's already guilds that are like that. So we're already at that point. But yeah, that's pretty much what it will be like. Oh yeah, the second one too. They don't do guild wars, but they do raids. Yep, that's probably what's going to happen. Guarantee. Pretty much. Pretty much. That will most likely be the case. Because it already happened with guild wars, so if something else happens, or something else comes up, will likely be the same thing. There'll be guilds that don't do any of it, there'll be guilds that only do guild wars, guilds that only do raids, and of course the try-hard guilds that do all of it. Hey, we got Celestial Trait Stone. Okay, and with that being said, let me go do the redeem code. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? I think I already have it up. Yay! No, never mind. That's the wrong screen. Yay! There it is. There's the right screen. Wait, I have it in a weird order. There we go. I fixed it. Let me go mark it. Make sure I know we used one. Make sure I know which one we used would be helpful. I need to actually mark the one I'm using. That would help be kind of useful. Let me go put that right there. Let me go double check that this actually works. Make sure the page is working. It likes to not work for whatever reason. Click redeem and success. Yes, there we go. And there we go. Okay, let me go copy paste this to you guys. And let me get it below me first for anyone who comes in a bit later, as well as just to visually show it. Put that right there. There you guys go. There is the redeem code, and let me go get it into the chat as well. For anyone who just wants to copy paste it, you can use this on gemsofwar.com underneath game code. Anyone who is on PC mobile, feel free to go and use that up. It will not work on console, unfortunately. But for the invite code, you just go under settings, and whatever your game says there is what you put for your invite code. For the redeem code, you put the code below, or just copy paste it from the chat. And it will give the normal reward of 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. And let's just claim our defend reward. We're already here. And let's see what we get from the 1 gem key. Anything useful? Where are gem keys? There. Do you have anything? Green slime. I don't need it, but it's okay, troop. Not really one I use too often, mainly because even though it's a lower rarity, giant spider is better than a green slime, as weird as that may seem, but that is indeed the case. Hello, Abraham. Welcome. Okay, Skull. We leave it there because he's going to give us green. So we'll do just that. Take a random color. It'll give us even more green. We'll go and get Azura up. Guess we'll do it off of blue. That gives us Azura. He moves that nicely for us to get a little bit more better explosions. Throw that down. Better Gorgolfa down. And see what we can do from there. Get it in Furnace. We'll just poke. Well, that'll give us a Famine Full. Get ourselves a cast somewhere if we can. I don't really need it yet. Let's throw our explosion. See if we can go get an Furnace here. So we'll go throw that down. So let it poke us. Get the Furnace. And the Famine will kill. Or a Skull. Or anything. Here, have a Skull. Hey, there's the great slime we were just talking about. Down it goes. It doesn't really get much durability. Aside from just having its stat gain. Which it didn't get to cast at all. So no stat gain for you. What's up with the 3.3 update? Basically, it's going to be bringing raids, as well as some kind of new weekly thing that everyone can participate in via guilds. It's basically going to be making Guild Wars a tri-weekly event thing. It's not going to be a weekly-based thing. It's going to be a lot more scarce than that. Basically, every third week will just be Guild Wars instead of how it currently is, which is obviously every week right now. So that's going to be one of the biggest changes coming next patch. Is this new raids and some other kind of thing. They still didn't mention what the other one is. But other than that, Dragon Soul is getting buff nerfed. He's getting his final trait reworked. He's getting his mana shield removed. And he is possibly getting a rebalance on his boost ratio and stuff like that. He'll probably still be the same thing in the late game. But for early game people, it would probably be rebalanced in a way to make it slightly weaker than what it is now. Other than that, Mana Shield will have Mana Drain protection. There will also be new traits other than Mana Shield that will also be gaining Mana Shield protection. Impervious, however, will not be gaining Mana Shield protection. I keep saying Mana Shield protection. I mean Mana Drain when I meant all of those. All those will be getting Mana Drain protection, which is, of course, things like Scion, Corvash, Famine, stuff like that. The really annoying ones. Other things that are happening next patch. Some visual changes and quality of life stuff to some really small things, mainly just with the stats effects and such. All of them were based on community feedback. They're not overhauling the visuals again, no worry. No worries on that regard. But they are going to be tweaking a couple of them based on feedback and just visual errors and such. Other than that, let's see, what other big things were there? I know there were a few others I didn't mention yet. Can't remember all of them off the top of my head. Well, he just Scioned us. We go Famine is Famine. Go throw the explosion down. Oh yeah, all elves are getting a buff next patch by getting Mana Shield, basically. Mana Drain protection. Every single elf is going to be getting it. They're going to be getting a couple different traits. They said all the dark elves are getting a certain trait, and all of the lighter elves are getting a certain trait, all of which would have Mana Drain protection. They're doing this to make, because elves are pretty underused at the moment, they're basically doing that to make them viable. It's going to make Dark Maiden particularly useful because she's already viable, but most of the other elves are not that good. The other pretty noteworthy instance of that, though, will be Spider Queen, one I didn't really mention yet, though. But Spider Queen's going to be pretty powerful then, after that change. Assuming they get rid of her Life Drain or Venomous, ideally one of those two will get replaced. Assuming, I really hope she keeps her leadership. But she's going to be a really interesting first slot as of next patch. Because she'll have immune to Mana Drain, immune to Web, maybe one other immunity. But the main thing is she'll have immune to Mana Drain with a 9 mana cost cast, which is particularly useful. I don't know how useful it'll be compared to a Spirit Fox. Spirit Fox would probably still be the more desirable choice. But yeah, it would be a 9 mana cost Mana Drain that can't be Mana Drained by any means whatsoever. So not even Famine, not Corvash, not anything. So kind of interesting. Though a third slot Spirit Fox kind of already does that role in a way. So I don't know if it will get a lot of usage, but for people that don't have a traded Spirit Fox, that'd be a really decent alternative. Because she doesn't need any traits to basically do what Spirit Fox is once that change comes in. She still is kind of an early game drain now. The biggest issue with her, though, which would still kind of be the case next patch too, is she is really flimsy if you're trying to use her as a first slot. She dies way too quick. A lot of things that don't have any protection will. But she dies particularly quick because she has a high attack. Anything with a high attack has a lower durability. so they die even quick if they use them in first slot. It's really weird how that is. Basically, the higher an attack a troop has, generally the worse it is, because the higher the attack, the less durability. And the current state of the game is really cast-oriented right now, so having higher attack isn't really that useful. It's more reliability than helpful. Hello, closed account. Welcome. Yeah, we'll take the red. Why not? We'll go do that. I can go do something to go famine him, but we don't really need to. And down he goes. We'll go get an explosion. And one more Infernus into a famine, into maybe one more Infernus, because it looks like he has a lot of durability still. There we go, exactly so. And down it goes. Was that the one where they did the Q&A? Let's see, is this the Q&A from yesterday?
Hopefully you can hear us.
Oh yeah, that is the Q&A from yesterday. But yeah, the most recent thing on there, the one that's on January 18th to the link that was just posted, the very first one, the one that's 40 minutes, 4 seconds long, that was the Q&A stream. Also, there was a forum post as well for any of you that want to read the text-based version. Let me go get it, because that might be a little bit more concise. It's this link right here. Oh, actually, you know what? People were saying that this wasn't working earlier. So if this link doesn't work for you, go to gemsofwar.com, go under the forum, and go to literally the very first post that says, what's it called? Oops, there goes my stream. Go to the very first post that says January Dev Q&A summary. Sheba ended up doing a very, very good summary on it that got pinned. So definitely go and check that out. Goes over everything. Yep, there it is as well. The text-based version. The link doesn't work, which is why I posted it the other way. But yeah, just go to the Gems of War forum, click under, or go to gemsofwar.com, go to Gems of War forum, and it'll be the first thing you see, literally the first post. And I don't think you even need an account to see it. You don't need an account to post comments or to like things. What do we do? We'll go take the... Oh, there's a problem here. Hello, Scion. Go throw that down. Oh, by the way, we no longer need to see first slot Scion ever again. First slot Scion dies next patch. So, don't trade a Scion. If you're planning on getting Scion for whatever reason, don't. Definitely don't. It is going to be basically useless once again. It will go back to being a completely useless dead content troop as of next patch. That's going to be the slightly only bad thing about the whole mana drain thing coming into the game, is it is going to make a couple troops useless, and Scion is one of them. Maybe not completely useless, but it's going to be a lot more niche than what it currently is. You're not going to be able to spam it against literally everything, nor would it be your main PvP team or anything. Also, I'd probably omit it from Guild Wars as well, since there'd be enough killers to probably counter it out on a Guild War day, since all you would need is a first slot mana drain impervious troop, or mana drain protected troop, which would be pretty easy to do since that's only one slot. They're not doing anything to Scion, but they're adding mana drain protection. So if you just simply put one single thing in first slot with mana drain protection, you just negated about 90% of what a Scion is meant to do, which is of course take random skulls that fully mana drain you. But that will no longer be possible next patch, because you can easily counter it. There are still going to be instances where it will be viable, but it's not going to be anywhere near as viable as it is now, that is for sure. They're not changing at all. Like, not a single change is actually coming to Scion, but it's indirectly getting changed heavily due to other stuff changing. I need to get a red. There we go. So we'll throw that down. Wait, did he just double Corvax us? I think he did. Okay, he has, speaking about double Corvax, he has another one. And there's not a single thing I can do to actually counter that right now. So we'll stick Skull. Oh, he did the Kraken first. Oh, that's even worse. Now we're just stuck with this little guy. Well, this is really bad, actually. We'll move that down, I guess. He's just going to drain us. What is plan B? We'll move that over. We're getting a Zerber up at this point. Oh, gosh. He already got it back. He just started. Well, that's not good. I guess we take a red. Come on, Azura, you got this. Take a blue, take a purple. Oh, I didn't surge the second one. Didn't get enough mana. We'll take a yellow, then a red. Oh no, let's actually take the red first because we get the yellow drop and a skull drop, apparently. This is not looking good. Not at all. We're gonna take a blue, get the explosion. Oh, I could have taken a brown there for the extra turn. Oh, that could have burned them. Wow, can you stop devouring? Okay, that's match. It's over. We'll just throw this down for fun. If he didn't get a single devour, we'd actually be able to still come back from this. Unfortunately, he got literally every devour. Every cast was a devour. It happens sometimes. The RNG. It hates us today. Yes, Mana Shield will be staying immune to Mana Drain. It will be, or Mana Burn. It will be immune to Mana Burn and Mana Drain. It's going to be one of those stats, or one of the immunities that have multiple immunities. There's actually going to be a lot of instances of them adding immunities with multiple immunities. That's going to be a really regular thing into the future. They might even start replacing out most of the troops that only have one immunity with multi-immunities. But most of the ones that do get multi-immunities are going to be troop-specific typing. Like next patch, we're getting them for elves, the dark elves and the other elves, and I think those were the only two. I'm not sure if they're doing anything more than that. But all the darker elves are getting immune to Mana Drain and Web and maybe something else. And all of the lighter elves are getting immune to... I forget what the other one was on it, but it's definitely getting immune to Mana Drain. All elves are getting Mana Drain protection. I think it might have been Entangle for the lighter elves. I'm not 100% certain what they mentioned, if they even mentioned it. Yeah, they already did it to burn with Fairy Fire. It's already dual immune need. Yeah, that would be nice if they made all of them dual immunity. Make Sturdy like immune to poison and... Actually, I don't know what the other one was. Maybe stun. Make it a poison and stun. Make... Yeah, they could do that to all of them. They might have to soon. Because if they keep doing that, they're going to make a lot of them very, very weak if they don't. Like all of these single immunities. Yeah, they could definitely double up. Like, let's see. What's all these single immunities currently in the game? I don't think there's an easy way to bring that up. I wish there was. Let's see. I don't think there would be a way for me to quickly go over that. But let's see. So there's Burning, which has immune to... it now has immune to Fire, or Burning, and... Or Fireproof, which is Burning and Fairy Fire. There's Sturdy, which is currently only Poison, which could have Stun immunity. There's that one thing that has Disease immunity, which could also have Poison immunity. There's the Devour immunity, which could also have Deathmark immunity. There is the Deathmark immunity, which could also have something like Disease immunity. But then again, that would kind of be basically what the... I don't know, I guess all of them don't need to be like that. But I'm pretty sure they will expand a few more of them out. Because there technically already is a trait like that. There's the Undying. The Undeads ended up getting that trait. Oops. I think that's how you spell it, right? Yeah, Undying. Every single Undead has the immune to Disease, Poison, and Deathmark kind of thing. But yeah, we're going to be seeing a lot more of this kind of stuff on troop-specific typings. Dwarves have it, of course, right now. Dwarves have it on the immune to... they actually have quite a few. They have immune to Stun, Poison, Disease, Deathmark, and Devour. Other than that, there's... That's basically only two. There is another kind of one, though. Troll Regeneration is on all of the trolls. Wait. Hold up. Processing. Where is Rock Troll not on here? Wait, it never gave Troll Regeneration to Rock Troll? How could you do such a thing? Oh yeah, what would they replace? I didn't think about it like that, too. Because all these are a kind of core aspect of him. I guess they could get rid of Indigestible. He was the first troop to ever get Indigestible, which would be really funny if he actually gets it removed. But at one point, he was the only troop in the game that was actually immune to Devour. For a very short period of time. That was the case. Yeah, I don't know what they would actually replace if they did. But yeah, trolls have Troll Regeneration, which is, well, other than Rock Troll. But it gives all trolls 3 life per turn. Well, just themselves, not all the trolls on the team. But it gives themselves 3 life per turn heal. And not like a life gain, but it's a heal. So if they're losing any HP, it will get their HP back up. See you, Anarchy. Have a good time. Have a good weekend. This is the first week you've actually been aiming for the top 1,000. You don't think you'd actually get it, and then you started. You're ranked 23 now. Wow, congratulations, Unroyal. Very nice. Yeah, it's mainly just putting in the time. It's not too particularly hard to really get up. It's just the amount of time that you need to allocate towards it is the main thing that makes it slightly harder. Yeah, how long did you play to get there? I'm really curious what the current time range is for it. I know in the past it used to be around 6 hours per day minimum to be able to get into the top 10. I don't know what it is these days. It could be quicker. Because of course teams keep changing as far as what's the quickest to use. I normally just use whatever I find to be fun though, which is just why I would never really bother with it too much anymore. Let's see, what do we need here? We'll go take the skull. Sore throat. I've been having that for a couple days now, actually. You go get some hot tea. Actually, don't have any in the house at the moment, I don't believe. I have honey, but I ran out of tea. Let's see. What do we even need here? I guess we let him skull us. Let him poke. Go take the brown. And just go for the Gorgolfa. Get a famine. Throw down the Infernus. And should be good to go. Get skull poke. Get that down. Get the poke. Poke. Infernus. And don't you dare do something. Don't. Don't! Here, have a famine. Famine. Actually, no, we'll do it on Infernus. And down it goes. Do Mismer, Infernus, Mismer? Really? I might as well just use Infernus first slot at that point, assuming not Scion. Hey, we got an Arcane. Very nice. This team worked for Purple Day. Rock Spirit, Flesh Golem, Skady, Boar Rider. I'd probably replace out Flesh Golem if you could. But other than that, that could work earlier on in the game for a Purple Guild Boar. But yeah, you definitely want to replace out Flesh Golem for something a bit more of a utility. Maybe even a summon. Or actually, you don't need a summoner. You have Skady. But some kind of more utility. Maybe a mana generator or something. Are you able to craft Dragon Soul? It is craftable right now. And given that you have a Skady, that makes me think that you might have enough resources for it. But if you go over to Soulforge, if you don't already have level 9 Soulforge, you can go get level 9 Soulforge and go craft yourself a Dragon Soul if you have 800 diamonds, which are these resources, not gems, but the diamonds. 5,000 souls and 4 celestials. The other two is really easy. It's mainly the 800 diamonds, which is the harder part to get of that. But if you have that, you just got yourself free Dragon Soul, and that'd be really good for using in Guild Wars, PvP, Explore, really everything at the moment. It is getting slightly reworked next patch, but it's still likely going to be extremely viable. Has a lot of explosions, really high damage output, deals 20 damage to everything if using a 4x dragon, which wouldn't be that case, but still it has decent mana generation with 11 damage, plus you gain souls as well on top of everything. And yeah, definitely a really nice utility to have. Works good as a mana generator, while still doing damage as well. Now let me go do the Mismer team because it was suggested. Of course, it's first slot Scion. Ideally, I want to not do that. Let me go repick once. Never mind. Let me go do the Mammoths real quick. Let's go get that free gold. This is the Explore team I've been using this week, or at least on this account, to go farm up the resources. But yeah, it's a lot of gold. It's somewhere over 200,000 per hour. I think you can even reach more towards 250 per hour. And hopefully that's enough damage. Yes, it is. And down it goes. Yeah, let's just claim that real quick. Really easy battle. Thank you for the 4x fire bombs. And no, another Scion lead. Okay, I'll refresh one more time. Oh, we got another revenge. Oh no, another Scion. No, I can't use this against a Scion lead. It's not going to work. But let's go clear this out real quick. Actually, you know what? Oh no, I was going to go do guard avatar team. I'll just stick with this. Yeah, we'll go do the Mismer team in a second. Just mess around with that. We'll take that real quick. Get the Cascade. Surprised he didn't go for the Skull. I guess we still let him take it. Yeah, we definitely still let him take it. We'll do that. Take the green. I need to get to full mana. If he can skull poke us, that'd be great. I have no clue why he keeps ignoring it. Take it! There we go, finally. And now we throw the Azura down. Get another one going. Ooh, that could be a threat. Not much I can do about it though, unless we get a Cascade here. Nope. Okay, that's bad. Oh, he Spirit Fox though. That's good. I do not have a way of killing it though, so we'll just explode. Very nice, but only not enough. Only not enough. But, yeah. We'll have to go to plan B. Take a purple, throw our mana down, get Infernus. Nice HP reduction there. And should be good to win at this point. Unless something really bad happens. Okay, that would count as very bad. Close enough. Oh! I should have dispelled. Fail. Oh, it's not that big a deal. We kind of have a thing that removes all barriers. As well as many other status effects. You can just throw the dispel out for her. Oh, well, we'll do that next time around if we need. And get that down again. Oh, should have done Infernus there. Didn't realize he was already full mana. Get that down. And perfect skull. And down it goes. That could have been a lot cleaner, but oh well. Still get all of our resources. Also, Revenge still do give twice as much gold, which is kind of interesting. Anyways, let me go do the Mizmar team now. A little bit of a weird team to do it against, but we'll go give it a shot. And let's go Mizmar. As suggested, Mizmar, and a Infernus, because Super Infernus! Okay. And the banner we'd end up putting on... What would we need for this banner? We can't go with the traditional banner. I don't think there's a minus banner. Let's see, does it have to be a minus brown or a minus green? What's the minus green banner? Is there no minus green with a really high purple gain? I don't believe there is. There's only one +2 purple banner, and I believe it's the one with minus yellow. Oh, no, there's two. But it's minus red, which also doesn't help us much. And that one's minus purple. Nope, we just have to go something like a red-yellow. Oh, we could do +2. Oh, duh. What am I doing? I could just do, I don't need purple, I could just do that. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Yep, you said it right there. Dragon Claw banner. I don't know what I was thinking. Because we don't actually need the extra purple. We just need to go all in on Infernus. Well, we'll go take the red. Go try for another red. Didn't get it. Of course, the color we need isn't really that much around. Don't really need the purple storm, so we're gonna not cast it yet. He'll do that. Not much I can do against it. We'll just go poke him. He misses, though we don't really use anything that it gives other than the free burn right there. It'll take us a little while to get it up. Once we do, we'll have quite a bit of damage. And then we'll hopefully get most of its mana back, or at least some of it. Probably around 8. Only 3, but luckily we got a bunch of Cascades. The power of Exploders. He just removed my red, that's not good. Luckily there's still everything on the board, or at least some of it. The yellow. Yeah, that is really high damage. A little bit clunky trying to get his mana back up though. But that is definitely high damage, and we can just Mizmar kill it. And there we go. Wait, even the Mizmars are pretty decent. They can hit for one shot if there's 13 or more purple. That is a really weird team, but hey, it kind of works. Okay, let's go get our Dispel back. We might be needing it for them. Let me go to the team that only has one red in it, because we know how annoying they can be when they go crazy. Actually, it won't be able to one-shot. It's not using the one-shot variant, which is nice. Also, I used to do it with Dwarven Gate. Personally, I've completely stopped using it with Dwarven Gate. I found it to be really bad these days. The AI, or at least under AI control. Under human control, it's okay with the Dwarven Gate. But under AI control, it is horrifically bad. You'd have to get really lucky to be able to use it correctly. What do we do here? I guess we get Purple Surge. That is not a Surge. Go move that. Go take ourselves an Explosion. And good, he did not hit our red. Even if he did, I don't think that would have been enough to kill. Get a burn finally. We have Famine now as well, which we don't need yet. We'll throw down the gigantic explosion. Just get that down for now. Also, we will be still doing the Puzzle Quest stream later today. We'll be doing that at around 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is about 4 hours from now. Just as a heads up for any of you that are interested. We're currently on the scavenger hunt on one of the mission things to gain a bunch of random things that they want us to go recreate their god. Let's see, we'll go throw the Infernus down. Throw it down again. And down it goes. But yeah, that's something that they never really expanded on that much, which was in Puzzle Quest 1 quite a bit. The whole Taurus faction that's within their whole universe thing, it's currently only within one kingdom within the entire game, and it's all within the Wild Plains. The biggest issue with them, though, is they are awful, the Tauruses, in Gems of War, at least. They are just 100% useless. Let's see. Yeah, these are all of them. Yeah, there should be all of them. Yeah, there's basically 3 of them that are viable. Bull Taurus, but you use him on his own. You use him in a pure HP buffing team, like with Lady or Nerial and such. Ketris the Bull, but he's normally just used, again, in other contexts of teams, mainly just for one-shotting. And Soothsayer, which is, again, used in other forms of teams, simply for mana generation. Nothing else in this entire kingdom is really used for anything. Sunweaver can be a pretty nice buff for early game, but later in the game it just doesn't have enough turn value due to it ending its turn every time to really do anything. Taurus is just a weaker version of a Goblin. Mongo is 100% useless. Skeleros is basically a troll that didn't get the buff. Not only is it 2 mana cost more, it doesn't have the extra 3 gem spawn, nor does it have troll regeneration, because technically it's not a troll. It's basically the troll that's not a troll. It has the same doubling aspect, but it's a lesser one, pre-nerf, or pre-buff, I mean, and he doesn't have the higher, or the lower mana cost. So yeah, everything about him is just much higher and more annoying to use, making him useless. Managor does get a pretty high damage if he has a higher attack, but you'd have to do a lot of setup for it, and it's normally not worth it. Gorgon's the weaker version of Lava Elemental, and this guy is pretty useless, the new one that came in. Haven't really found a decent purpose for him. I'd rather just use Ketris the Bull in almost every situation. He might be useful once more Tauruses come into the game, but at this currently stance, he is useless. He seems like a weird support/offensive troop, but he does both of them so averagely that neither of them is worth using him for. They really need to just add a viable movement troop already. They keep trying to add like some of them just to kind of have movement troops, but there's still no really excessively viable movement-based troop. There's some here and there that have it, but they're not really anything special. I was really hoping Leviathan would have been the first one, but it turned out to actually be pretty weak, even after the buff of Submerge. It's a bit better after the buff of Submerge, but it's still towards the weaker side. I'd rather use a Behemoth in every situation, or a Corvash, or anything. Or anything. Well, maybe not absolutely anything, but you know, it's it could be a bit better. What do we need here? We'll go throw ourselves a skull, I guess. Also, is there any teams you guys want me to do or anything? Let me know. We'll definitely make sure to go do so. And any other questions, or if I might have missed something. Let's see. Oh, you don't really count hours, matches. You've been using Dragon Eye, the Dragon Soul, Asha, and Elamagrim. Interesting. Haven't really been seeing anyone using Dragon Eye. It does have its purpose. Personally, I much prefer in non-dragon teams, as weird as that may seem. The main reason is the biggest way to really utilize the Dragon Eye, or at least how I found it and been using it, is to use it on single target teams. The reason for this is because if you keep throwing full AoE at the enemy team, you're going to end up transforming one of them into a baby dragon that could be higher durability than what you have lowered it down to. But if you keep doing single targets, you can just simply single target away all of the more threatening troops, and then the other ones end up becoming baby dragons. So you basically baby dragon and single target something that's not a baby dragon, then do it again, then keep repeating, and just do it that way. Let's see. Next week's Kingdom Troop? Sure, I can go do the next week's Kingdom Troop document thingy. Let me go get the post. There it is. Yeah, I can go over them real quick, too. I was going to save it for tomorrow night, but we can go over them real quick right now as well, if you guys want me to. I don't see why not. I can go do that right now. But yeah, there is the post, though I believe it will go to a broken link. Yep, exactly so. So, you know what? Let's go with plan B. And let me go, just bring it up then. Let's see. It's right over here. Let me go and bring it up visually. Actually, let me finish this battle first. Just so we don't have a random battle moving in the background. But let me just go clear out this battle. Oops, I didn't take the purple. I could actually got an extra turn there. Let me just clear out this battle, and then we'll go show the 2 new troops that are coming next Monday. There are 2... I actually didn't even read to see what they did yet, so this is going to be the first time I get to see them, too. Since I didn't actually really bother to see what they do. And the week after this week will be the new kingdom. So not this Monday, but the following Monday. The 29th. Not only will the kingdom be released, but it will also be the kingdom event for the kingdom. So they're doing both simultaneously. So why is he using a 4x Naga? 4x Naga is pretty weak. Even with Ariali, it's still towards the weaker side. Okay, anyways, let me go and show the 2 new troops that are coming out on Monday. See what they are. Okay, let me go bring them up. Let's see. We need this one and this one. Boom and boom. Are those the right 2? Yes, I believe so. Okay, so let's go over these 2. Oops, I just did their images, didn't I? Fail. Well, let me keep that up. I'm going to need to save those images later anyway, so I don't forget. But that's not what I meant to do. I meant to do this. Oops, that's also not what I meant to do. 1 second. 1 second. A lot of annoyingness. There we go. I'm gonna take that. There it is. That is the one I meant to click on. Let's go get that one. That one reminds me of something from the Darkest Dungeon. That's funny. Okay, let me go and let's see. Let's go put this over here, put that there. Let me go move these 2 over. That's not it. Move that one. Move that one. That awkward moment when you have too many tabs open. Actually, I don't even need like half of these open, but oh well, we're worried about that later. Let's this one and this one. Okay. So we got these 2. Let's see, how does the zoom work? Okay, that'll be fine. So let me go bring this up real quick. And then we'll go over these 2. Let's see, where is the capture? Window capture. There we go, we already got it. Very nice. And we can just go into that. Okay. And there is the thingy. Oh wait, why did it not come up? Oh, I made the wrong thing come up, that's why. Aha! There we go. So let's go over these. Let me see. Let me move this slightly to not there. We could just put that like right there would be fine. Okay. And let's go over this guy. Let's see, if I zoom forward, would that be fine? Still correct? Yeah, you can still see it. Okay, so here is the Hellspawn. Ultra rare, Karkaroff. It has a 11 mana cost, brown, yellow. So go get your Gorgoltha traded if you haven't already. Would be a good time to go do that. Let's see, we deal magic plus 2 damage to an enemy and disease them. So we finally have another disease. Been a while since we got one. Yes, he definitely looks like he does that. That is for sure. And deal triple damage if they have Death Mark. Oh, wow. Okay. Death might be making a comeback. It actually has no color conflict with Death either. Death is a red, blue, purple troop. So very interesting. Unfortunately, Death isn't actually from that kingdom. Well, it's not from any kingdom. And as far as traits, it has a Daemon Bond, which would work with Death. Regeneration for 1 HP per turn, and a life drain. So its traits are pretty much useless, but you would still get it for upgrading your brown yellows that you need. So that's at minimum what you're going to be doing. This one is also likely the one that's going to be related to the event. So if it says use, it's most likely going to say use this guy in something to get extra like souls or something. It'll probably say extra 20 souls, which means it's most likely going to be useless, the using him in a particular team, because 20 souls is not that much. You might as well just use a soul farming team. Let's see, what typing is he? It doesn't say on this. Oh, it probably says all the way at the top. He is a Daemon, only a Daemon. He has no second typing, so at least he still gets the bonus on himself. But yeah, it doesn't seem like it's going to get too much of a purpose, though dealing triple to a death mark could have its potential. Also, there's very few things that currently disease, so nice to see more disease. And then, of course, there is this other one, the Tome of Evil! The Tome of Evil. And it is a Daemon construct. And all the faces. The horror. Summon a Hellspawn. Hellspawn. Death mark a random enemy. Interesting. What is a Hellspawn, though? I actually already forget. Wait, is that the new guy that just came in? Okay, that's what a Hellspawn is. That would explain why I do not know what it is. That would explain it. So he summons the new troop that comes in, and then death marks a random enemy, which you would then be able to triple damage. Interesting. For 10 mana costs, that doesn't seem too viable, though. Maybe in Guild War, I mean, maybe in the Arena, but that's about the only point I'd really see. I'd rather just use a def or something else, or really anything that's more consistent. Even a creeping def weapon for only 4 more, you would get a huge AoE as well as a double def mark instead of a single. So yeah, I personally don't see as much of a use for this guy. But he does have Curse, so 2 stacking or lost to all enemies, Demonic Pact, so a chance to summon the thing. Oh, it does have a magic link though, so that does make it slightly more viable because you don't need a +1 anymore. It already comes with the +1 it needs. But yeah, neither of them seem too overwhelming. Seems like they're just going to go fall into place into the average category for the most part. But hopefully one of them will be useful in whatever the event thingy is. But anyways, those are the 2 of them that are going to be coming tomorrow. Let me go and close that out. Boom. And back to the game. And if there's anything else you guys want me to go over, just let me know. And we will definitely make sure to do so. Let me go close some of these. Close out that, close out that. These 2 I'll move later. That's fine as is. Okay, let me stop messing around with them. There we go. Yep, those are the new troops. Yeah, it's kind of interesting that the common would summon something that's a higher rarity. There are quite a few troops that do that. Like, just look at Baby Dragon. It can summon mythics, yet it's a common. It happens. It does happen. Yeah, no problem. And I highly doubt that will change, but we will be going over it tomorrow night as well. Because we always do it every Sunday nights. Go move the brown over. And I'll go give out the other redeem code soon, too. What else we need to go move around? I guess a brown to a brown. Skull we obviously don't need because we're kind of entangled at the moment. Can't really do anything out of an entangle. Go get ourselves an explosion. Go get ourselves the mana generation here. That thing better not go crazy. I hate when that thing starts getting into that loop. It's really, really annoying. Oh, I'm kind of curious. Would it still maintain its boost ratio? Oh, I think I just found something that might be really broken. Oh, no, never mind. It's based on the mana drained. So that means if it drains 0 mana off of something that has mana shield. I'm curious how that will interact, though. There could be something really broken if this wording is incorrect. Also, can you stop? I'm trying to read the text and it's destroying us. What? Even in the slow motion, it still got us. But yeah, what might happen with a Nyx, which would be ridiculously overpowered if that was the case. I'm willing to make a bet they're not going to catch this. Currently, the wording is correct, so if it does what the wording says, it will be fine. But currently, it will create extra blues based on how much mana it drains. But what this might actually do is check what their mana value is, because currently every mana drain has a 100% chance of landing. So it might not actually check how much mana is being drained, but it might just check how much mana it has when it casts on a troop. If that is the case, something that has mana drain protection that has like a 20+ mana cost is going to have an insanely huge amount of blue gem spawn that it's going to create. It's basically just going to be infinite blue supply. Of course, she wouldn't be able to loop back into herself, but if you just do like a giant spider, you basically have all the mana you would ever need. You just keep clearing out the board constantly, maybe throw a Kraken on the team or something else, and just loop endlessly with this. It would be a consistent gem spawn equal to whatever their mana is over and over and over again. So if it's something like a 20, you just get 20 blues every single time. And obviously that is very potent. It would depend how it works though. If it does do what it says and does it on mana drained, it would be 0, obviously. 0. So then it would be useless. But if it does check only the value, but not actually how much is drained, that's going to be ridiculously broken if they don't catch it. I'm pretty sure it will be based on the text, but I could definitely see that happening, and it will completely escape their what they were thinking. There's normally things that can go through the cracks sometimes whenever they make like a huge change like that, and that is definitely one of them that could happen, for sure. But yeah, we'll see. That might have to be like one of the first things I test when next patch comes out, is to see if Nyx will be broken beyond belief. Oh, it'd be pretty fun with an Azura too. Okay. It'd be even more broken if she could actually do it based on... Oh, you know what? The Alcatraz can do the same thing, can it? Except it doesn't have as big of a boost ratio, unfortunately, so it wouldn't be able to do it as much. But it creates its own color. So we'll have to test it with both of them when the next patch comes out. Next month. Alright, we'll go throw that down. Get our explosions. Get the Infernus, and that should be a wipe. Here we go. And all cleared. Let's see. You don't really lose a little bit of damage, but it's if they're already at about 20 to 30 HP, you don't cast it and let the brown and go. Oh, okay, I see. So you basically only use it if they're at a higher HP. That makes sense with the Dragon Eye. Hey, another one of the fire bombs. I'll take that. Thank you very much. We'll go take that for a bunch of free gold and a free win and a free glory and a bunch of resources. Only thing we're not really getting is souls. Oh, we got a sunbird already. I don't really need it though. Wow, it's still our turn. We could go kill the first slot, I think. I don't know why I'm trying to think out this move so much. Oh, we'll go for it. I don't think we get anything. Oh, wait, we do get a skull. So we'll do that. It'll just kill itself and almost wipe. Go get our mana up one more time. I can wipe it out if we get a sunbird. Nope, I didn't get it. Oh well. I'm just gonna have to let it kill itself. And down it goes. Well, that's easy. I don't know why I just didn't just like skip all my turns. That's the easiest way of doing it, obviously. You don't really need to play out the battle. Really? 4 times dwarves, 4 times dwarves. I personally don't really feel like 4 times dwarves is too over the top. But, I don't know, they can get a little annoying sometimes. They seem pretty well balanced, though. Let me go do the Mercy and Furnace. I haven't done this for a little while. I keep forgetting I even have it saved. I wonder if they're nerfing Infernus next patch. They did mention that it's currently above the power curve at the moment. And normally anything too far above, they do tend to nerf. And right now, that's basically Christinex, Infernus, and Dragon Soul, unfortunately. All very fun troops, but also all very powerful. Go throw that down. Normally, they do really small nerfs, though, so it won't really be too noticeable. Honestly, in Infernus, they could basically revert it back to what it was and would still be viable. The main thing that was being requested with him is to raise his attack slightly, or his damage output. But then they raised it by 6. If they just lower it by 4 now, that would still be 2 higher than before and would still be viable. But, yeah, they went way too crazy with the buff that they did with him prior. Which is why he's so meta right now. Basically, every late game team that has him runs him. Let's see. Yeah, Dragon Soul Revive can be either really annoying or really helpful. It will be changed next patch to no longer be a thing, though. They're going to be replacing it with some kind of damage-based, or it seems like they're going to be replacing it with some kind of damage-based. They didn't specifically say what it's going to be, but it does seem like it's going to be something that speeds up the battle very slightly, because they might tone down his ability some. Just to make sure it's not as overpowered in early game. Still a really good idea to get a Dragon Soul regardless. Even if even with the changes that could be happening, he's still really, really high. Not to mention, it's still a whole month before the patch, so you still get a month of using him, regardless. And there we go. Kraken Soul. What? Did I say Kraken Soul? I said Dragon Soul. Did I say Kraken Soul? Kraken Soul is pretty good, though. Dragon Soul with Kraken. It's not one I personally use that often, but it is decent. What, did I say Kraken Soul? I am really out of it if I did. Well, we'll go take the Brown. Go for the explosion there. To speed through the battles. Actually, you know what? I'm going to keep skipping my turn. I want to wait till the one Sunbird one-shot. Exactly so. And kill it out. Oh, a Kraken Soul. Oh, I see. The damage output. No, I don't think they're going to make it anywhere near that strong. Kraken's final trait is among one of the highest 10 in the game. Oh yeah, that's something else we could go do again. Oh gosh, there's so many different videos I need to go do. You know what I'm actually probably going to be doing? Because there has been quite a few of them, and I haven't had as much time as of recently. But one thing that I definitely want to do when the Guild Wars does switch over, which is one of the only good things about it, is I believe the new form of content that they're going to be adding isn't a daily required content. I don't believe. And if that is the case, instead of doing a daily stream on the weeks that aren't Guild War weeks, what I'm probably going to be doing is spending that time to actually work on all the videos that I haven't been posting as of recently, or at least not as many. That's something I definitely want to start covering again. Because we used to be able to cover at minimum like 2 a week, if not 3. Lately, I've been doing like 1 a week, sometimes 2. But that is something I really want to get back into doing more. Like the more guide-like videos and the ones going over stuff like that. Because those are the ones that are really helpful. While I can explain it all on stream, of course not someone will be around. Like if I go explain something right now on stream, not as many people would be around at the 2-hour and 11-minute mark of a stream. I know there are people, but obviously a good majority would not at that point. So it's nicer to have more concise videos going over specific, more important things that people likely want to know. Dragon Soul should be banned. It's too overpowered. Dragon Soul isn't really that overpowered, particularly later in the game. Only really, really early is it that. And the only reason because of that is because of its boost ratio is what makes it really, really strong. Let me go do this. I think I might just replace this into the Gorgoltha team. I've been meaning to replace it back, but oh no. I don't want to give up the extra damage, but I also need the Gorgoltha so we don't keep losing with it. Because I've been on a little bit of a loose streak with this particular team. Oh yeah, we got a Dragon Soul already. Get a Dragon Soul going. Yeah, look at that. Gains almost all of its mana back, and it does full AoE. And right now we're doing 17 damage to everything because we have... Can you end your turn? Okay, I think we just lost instantly. Oh, that's Goblins in a nutshell. What is this, turn 2? I think this is turn 2. He got Exodia. Let's see. Any day now. Any day now. I think he has 100% rate of exploding on that Fizzbang. And the other guy. Can you stop exploding? I think it's bugged to have 100% chance. There we go. Success! Well then, we lived! Kind of. Okay, here. Let's see if we can win. We got this. Well, that was a thing. Now it does that. A little late. What do we even do? I gotta give him browns. Oh, we dead. Well, that's kind of obvious after what just happened. But yeah. No. That's another team I forgot to mention. 4x Goblins is absolutely so broken right now. When it works, it's broken. Most of the time it doesn't. But when it does get going and rolling like that, it is absolutely insane. Actually, let me go use it myself real quick. been a while since I bothered using 4x Goblin, the stronger 4x Goblin. There's 2 4x Goblin team. There's the weaker one, which is made for early game players, for if you want to run it that way. Let me go get everything in here. I'm building the cheaper one first. I'm not going to use the cheaper one, but for any of you that are curious what it is this team. For any of you that happen to have it, it's this composition, and you run the banner on basically whatever you want to focus on. Personally, I normally focus it onto the Goblin Rocket. Actually, the banner we're using right now would be perfectly fine, because I like going all in on the Goblin Rocket as my main board control. But you have the board control of the Boar Rider for a nice hit. You have the Goblin Rocket board control, which generates you a really good amount of mana. You have the Goblin Shaman mainly just to get yourself some extra greens onto the board to keep getting Boar Rider and Hobgoblin. And Hobgoblins, you just keep spamming for your single targetable damage. And it works okay. For early game, it will do basically everything you would need it to do. It's also a great way to learn board control because you get to have a consistent, easy-to-use removal of a row, as well as a destruction of a single explosion. So it's a good way to learn 3x3s and row destruction, or row removal. So it's a nice kind of mechanic-based early game teams to try to learn some of that with. It all has automatic extra turns too, so you can't really mess anything up. Everything with it. It's a great... Oh, you even get to learn how to do gem spawning too, or when to cast and stuff like that. But it's slightly different because all of it has an extra turn automatically, so you use it slightly differently. But it's a great way to learn because you don't get punished for not getting an extra turn or cascade or something like that with it. So it's kind of nice to learn with. But of course, the normal team that would be used, if you had absolutely anything to use, would be Nobin Brother, Fizzbang, Grapple Pots, and last slot can be basically anything. Personally, I tend to put a double Fizzbang just in case she doesn't work. This is what we do to break away from RNG, is we just put 2 of them. So any issue we might have with getting unlucky will be fixed. And I go blue-purple because there is 2 of them. And we'll go from there. Also, they're both stealthied, so they're protected. They won't be single-targeted. Yeah, do you guys remember when Fizzbang first came out for the few days that she had both the explosion and the stack gain? That was pretty broken beyond belief. Basically what she is now, except she always got both the explosion and the stack gain instead of just the what she does now, which is only the one or the other, not both. I want that purple, but it's yeah, it gives them red. Oh, I'll give it to him, I guess. Oh, it gives them yellow too, apparently. Please explode. Exactly what we need, except we didn't get enough mana from it, but oh well. We keep throwing that whenever we get it. We'll try for purple here. We didn't get it, but hopefully this explodes. Actually, let me take that first. We'll throw this first. Nice. Damage. Explode. Go. Perfect. And just get it back going again. Doesn't look like we're getting much of a loop, but we are definitely getting quite a bit of potential here. And now we can get the loop finally. Let's see. Did anything get a magic buff? No. Nothing's getting any buffs, really. Which is kind of fine. If we keep exploding, I'm perfectly fine with that. No, armor buff, no! Why? AI gets so much luckier than us. We keep getting damage on him. We haven't gotten a single explosion. Him getting an explosion really helps get the team going. Oh, there goes him. He kills it off with the Enrage. We keep hitting so many AoEs, he's pretty much already killed by the AoEs, even though we haven't really gotten it going yet. But, what else would we need? Let's go get Fizzbang up, I guess. Yeah, personally, I wouldn't really bother with this in PvP. It's way too random for it to really be a consistent team to use. Of course, that's why people use it on Defend, though. Because the occasional time when it does win, it just absolutely decimates. Sometimes you can't even get a Queen Map freeze off or something before it just goes absolutely crazy. Let's go try this again. Oh, he's using... that's funny. He's using the... well, not the exact team, but a very similar one to the one that we were using with the Fairish Ra. A more budgeted all-dragon version of it. I guess maybe not that much budgeted. It's all legends. There are a lot of legend dragons, though. There's definitely not a lack of high-rarity dragons. Okay, now this is what it's supposed to do. So we get this. Please explode. Stop doing damage! There we go. At least she exploded. Come on. We need to explode to keep it going. Okay. It just does not want to explode for me. AI gets all the luck. But we'll go take that over. We get the double Fizzbang, and that should be enough. And he dies off the explosion off the Fizzbang. But yeah, that's what the battle's supposed to be like. Is something more like that. Yeah, it's still a fun team to mess around with. Really strong on defense. Normally I would use a different last slot for defending though. The only reason I do it double here is just to, in case we get bad luck, just so we have a double chance of casting Fizzbang to try to get a explosion. Because her chance to get an explosion is 50%. The Nobin brothers' chance to get it is only 33% chance. There we go, very nice. Got it all rolling. Get that down. And I think we got the infinite loop. Nope, we got the attack reduction. Luckily, we got the double explosion, or the explosion on the other one. Okay, attack gain. Well, at least we got the attack gain on the one that's actually viable to get an attack gain on. So throw that down. Please, stop reducing their attack. That's the only really bad thing about the Nobin brothers, is they'll sometimes just spam attack, always. Just trying to reduce it over and over and over again, even when they have 0. Okay, how do we do this? We'll just take the purple down. The fact we're getting freeze is obviously quite bad, because this team is made to not be frozen at all. So us getting frozen is not a good thing. We still got the extra turn, because we're extra turned off of this. Got attack again, though that's not really that viable. And we're frozen on so many things, we might as well just throw this one. Actually, you know what? Let's go for the skull. We're in a weird situation right now where it could actually win if we're not careful. Yep, I think we're just about to get decimated by Queen Mab, which is to be expected. Queen Mab is the hardest counter to this, but... And we're not getting explosions. Come on, explosions, we need you. Save us! Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get enough mana quick enough. There's too many blues on the board. Disable that one. Yeah, we got one left. That's all we need. We got this. Keep exploding like you just did. There we go. Keep it up. Keep it up. I'll take that skull just in case it does something weird. We got this. Solo. Oh, well, look at that checkered pattern. Now that is a checkered right there. Look at that. That is extremely good for throwing a gem spawn on. Also for doing gem destruction. Neither of which we actually have, but very nice. I've never actually seen it so neat for that large of an area before. How do we do this? We take the blue down, take the skull over, take the other skull. There we go. 5 HP Fizzbang, all you need. I was saying that attack buff on it wasn't actually that useful. I lied. That attack buff actually won us the game there. There we go. Normally it doesn't go that horribly, but that will happen sometimes. Obviously Queen Mab is the counter to that team, or what's supposed to be the counter to the team. Sometimes it can run such an infinite loop that you can't even counter with it, Queen Mab. But, yep. That's Goblin team. A computer can't lose with it. But yeah, using a Queen Mab is the easiest way to always take it out. This has never really changed. It's always been the way to take out goblins ever since she's came into the game. This doesn't really do much, but just for fun, I'm going to do it, because why not? Take that. Oh, can we kill it? I can. There's a lot of work to go out of the way to kill it when it can just do it itself, but oh well. There we go. That's funny. He extra turned so he could get another one in. That'd be amazing. I actually haven't seen that yet. An AI do a 4 times extra turn with a firebomb to go and kill itself out an entire turn. It basically team wipe its own team in a single turn. I've never seen that before. Nor will I ever, because that's would probably be very, very unlikely. You'd have to, with 4 red explosions, if there are even 4 red explosions left on the board, you would have to 4 times in a row land a, or actually only 3 times. 3 times in a row land an extra turn, which would be very unlikely. Getting it once and maybe twice, maybe, but getting it on the 3rd time, probably not. Very rarely do I even see it happen once. Okay, let's go get ourselves our explosion. Get that going. Get an furnace down and go from there. Some kind of crazy person trying to recruit you in global chat. Are you in global chat 1? Actually, am I even in global chat? Yeah, I am. Who's trying to recruit you? I don't see it. Actually, I don't even see your name. Unless you're running a Surian name again, or something. I did not see it. Oh yeah, I didn't mean to add timestamps. That was something else that was suggested. I forget what their answer was. That was actually something that was not mentioned in theirs. I actually just remembered now. Oh, is it maybe Surian? I think it's maybe Surian. Yeah, that's you. Just look for the one who has a Surian in his name. What was I just mentioning? That wasn't too relevant. Okay, anyways, throw that down. Go get into Grigolta, get the Infernus. And kill it. Yeah, there we go. 1 HP on the other one. Not too big a deal. Nice HP reduction, and... Oh, never mind. Well, I guess that 1 HP is a big deal. It's the last thing that survives on the enemy team. So we'll go kill that out, and there we go. Hey, let me go give out the other redeem code as well. Still haven't done that yet. Let's see. Redeem codes. Redeem codes. Let's go under here. Click the copy and the paste. Go and get ourselves the other one. One moment. Get that. Copy it. Boom. Copy. Put this over here. Let me go use it real quick. Put that right there. Boom. Invite code. Name. I'm not a robot. Click redeem. And success. Okay, so let me go get this into below for anyone who gets here later. As well as let me go and... Where to go? Redeem code. There it is. Redeem code. And let me go get it into chat so you guys can just copy paste it all. Put that right there. Boom. There's the code. Oh, let me go center that because it will annoy me if I don't. There we go. Centered, kind of-ish. It's kind of centered. There's no actual center button, so I can never actually center it perfectly, unfortunately, and that bothers me to no end. But only one is like weird shaped. But anyways, let me go copy paste this and go post that there. There you guys go. There is the redeem code. Use it on gemsofwar.com underneath game code, any of you on the PC mobile version, and you'll end up getting some free resources. Your invite code can be found underneath your settings menu right at the bottom there. Your the redeem code is the one that's posted below or in the chat over there. And yeah, that's it. And then you just click You're Not a Robot. Let's go claim our defend rewards, and of course the redeem code itself, which is the normal reward of 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Let's see what we get from the 1 gem key. Anything good? Nope. Winter Wolf. Actually, these days, a dire wolf, a common, is better than the Winter Wolf, which is an ultra rare. As odd as that may seem, but it is actually the case. Ever since there was 2 things that made that happen. The way they changed gem spawning, as well as the way they modified the mana call or the mana gems required on the board, because it used to require only 15. I mean, only 10, and now it requires 13. This, in a way, is somewhat good because that means its 5 gem spawn has a higher chance of landing, but still. If you desperately wanted that on a lower board just to get those on the onto the board or to get a single pair, you wouldn't be able to get it. He also has a very low extra turn chance. And compared to something like a dire wolf, where all you need is 13 plus screens and you automatically get an extra turn, that tends to work out a lot better. Okay, we'll throw a Grigolta down. Infernus, Famine when we need. Maybe stop the next somehow if we can. Let's go poke. An explosion. Go from there. And then we just throw an Infernus at it. Now be mad. Oh, wait. Let me throw Famine first. And now we can kill it out. You know what? Do you try... Oh, 1 second. Random stretch. I have no clue. Anyways. You know what's... Do try the team I brought up earlier. Dragon Eye, Dragon Soul, Astra, Elamagrim. Sure. We're already using the right hero class and everything. Might as well. Hey, we hit over 9,000. Actually, we're almost at 10,000. I don't even think that's halfway to top 1,000. Let's see. What is it currently at? I wish there was a way to see down to 1,000. There's currently no way to see it. I normally just take whatever the 100 is and assume it's a couple thousand below it. I actually don't know what the top 1,000 is. But yeah, we basically have to more than double our points to get into top 100 if we wanted to do that right now. Yeah, no problem for the code. Let me go and use the Dragon Eye team thing. Let's go replace all that in. Put this in there. Let's do the Dragon Eye first. Let's see, there's Bullseye, there's Dragon's Eye, there's Eagle Eye, and then there's Eye of Ixenos. So many eyes. You got 4 eyes. Well, technically only 2 of them are eyes. The other 2 just have eye in their name. What do we need to go do? Dragon Soul. Oops, that's not where Dragon Soul is. I believe Asher was one too. And what else we need? Elamagrim. Put that in there. And what do we need banner-wise? Probably the minus blue? We're missing yellow and blue, so you know what? We're just going to go the Dragon Soul banner then in that case. And there we go. Okay. And Asher will convert out to blue, and the only thing we technically don't really use at all then is the yellow. And we'll see how that pans out. Okay, so let's go and take over this red right here. Move that down. Go get that. Go take a purple here. Get a Dragon Soul. He's going to get Scion, but we barely have any mana on the eye so far. There we go. Nice. Good job, Dragon Soul. Again, those extra turns for more stats as well. See if we ever get Asher alignments now. We have it on purple. Exactly so. Take a Skull Poke. Very nice. Get a Dragon Soul in there. And we don't even really need a Dragon Eye at this point. We already got everything going. Oh, we don't have a burn, but still decent damage. Plus an extra turn chance. And down it goes. And we do get that 20 damage per cast, which is nice. Yeah, that worked out pretty strong. But Skady doesn't have too huge of a use. It's fine not having her. She's used occasionally on the Guild War Day, and she's used occasionally as a shuffler. Out of every shuffler currently in the game, she is the most viable shuffler currently, who has the capability, or at least in late game, that has the capability of moving the enemy team. For early game, Dust Devil is viable, but he eventually reaches such a low mana cost that you don't really bother with him. I mean, not a low mana cost, such a low, I forget what I was completely saying with it. Fail. That is what I get when trying to focus on this. Because I was trying to figure out where to cast the Asha, and then it just derailed my train of thought. Never talk and play, kids. Let's see. We're gonna move that over. We'll go throw that down. Oh, that was weird. It froze for a second. And do we even bother throwing anything with that? We'll move that down. Oh yeah, I was mentioning something with Skady. Oh yeah, this stuff old has too low of a damage, which is his main downside. Whereas Skady, you get to move the third all the way to front, which is really nice in many instances, because third is generally a slot that is pretty protective. So it's most of the times it's considered the most durable spot that you can have on the team. But Skady is a really interesting troop in that it can drag it all the way to the front. So works out really nicely. There's not too many instances you would specifically need to use her for that purpose in PvP, but you do have the utility for it. That's her main purpose, I would say. Out of everything she does, she basically has two main purposes. Or three. Well, I guess two. Or three, yeah. Summoning a Queen Mab. So you can do like a Firebomb and then instantly summon a Queen Mab. There's moving the third slot to first, which is the main one that gets used for PvP. And of course, the other one that makes it really good for Guild Wars is the Perpetual Blue Storm. Not only is that good for Guild War or Wars, that aspect, but also the summon on the first point is also a really good Guild War aspect, as she can serve the purpose of third slot counter while also simultaneously giving you a summon, which is really good in Guild Wars. And on top of that, she freezes and mana burns. Unfortunately, there's going to be so many things with Mana Shield that she's probably going to become irrelevant as well. Queen Mab might as well, mainly because so many things are going to start running with Mana Shield and other protections. Because no one's going to want to be mana drained anymore, as starting at when next patch comes out. The first few weeks, maybe month, is going to be plagued with everyone using Mana Shield protection, or Mana Drain protection, I mean. I know I will. That's the first thing I'm doing, probably, when next patch comes out. Go to my defend team, or actually that would probably already be done, but going to my main PvP team and plopping something with immune to Mana Drain in first slot. first thing I'm doing next patch. You're missing 4. You don't count Xenos because you're never wasting anything for him unless he gets buffed. He's probably going to get buffed eventually. There is actually one purpose that he has. I forget if this brings it up if I do this right now. Yes, it does. But on all platforms other than what's it called? Other than mobile, he's used to get the hardest to obtain achievement in Gems of War. The reason why it's the hardest to obtain achievement is basically what you just said. Xenos is so useless that basically no one actually ever bothers to get him. But if we go under this little category thing, we did a 100% video too while I was on my vacation thingy. It was one of the things that we did cover. It has a little bit lesser audio, but still it's, you know, it works. But yeah, it's the most unobtained achievement in this game by a pretty large margin. But yeah, it's mainly because you have to waste 4,000 diamonds and a bunch of other resources just for a useless troop that you're never going to use. The only people that ever crafted him are people who either did it for the achievement or just for 100% purposes. I did it kind of for the achievements weren't out at the time, so I did it mainly for the 100% purposes, but I mainly just did it so I could show it for a video. But yeah, he is absolutely useless. They did mention next patch we'll be bringing some new Soulforge stuff. So what specifically, we don't really know. We know it's like some few weapons and some other stuff. Not sure if it's bringing another troop. Don't think it is. But we'll find out when it happens. Not sure the exact soul cost we'll have, so just get a bunch of souls and make sure you have some on reserve. I'm probably going to try getting to at least 1 million if I can. It's a little bit short if they are doing like another weapon or something like that, like a 1.3 million weapon. But hopefully they're not doing anything too absurd. I think they only did that initially to kind of try to get some souls out of the game because there was way too many. But yeah, that's basically the main thing you would use it for. Go get a mythic. Or go get the achievement 0.2%, or at least on PC it's 0.2%. Let's see. It's actually not the hardest achievement in Gems of War either, even though it's the most unobtained. It's mainly just because he's useless. If that was like craft a fairish raw, that would not be 0.2%. Not at all. Or if it was something that said like craft a mythic in the Soulforge, that would be nowhere near 0.2%. But it's because it's one of the most useless mythics in the game. Is the reason why. I wonder if they did that by design. It's like, hey, we'll go make an achievement for this new troop, but we're going to make the new troop useless. So we're not giving them anything, but we're also taking away resources. No, I highly doubt they did it for that reason. That would be really devious. What do we do here? I guess we do the purple. We're not actually even frozen on purple. I thought we were. That's perfectly fine. Move that over. Take the green over. Take the purple. And now we have Dragon Soul. Please bring another mythic, useless mythic to Soulforge. Oh yeah, I guess that kind of would be a good thing, because then you don't need to craft it if they do end up making another useless mythic. What do we need here? I guess we just keep casting out. We normally don't need Dragon Eye that often. Also, anyone just getting here, make sure to use the redeem code below. Should still be active for the next like 10-ish minutes or so. Also, if anyone still has any questions, team builds you want me to do, anything of the such, feel free to leave them in chat. We'll definitely make sure to go over them. We'll be ending out in the next half an hour, though we will be streaming Puzzle Quest in 3 hours from now. So we'll be back with that. And of course, we'll still have the normal Gems of War stream later tonight with the Guild Wars and everything at the normal time of 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is about a little over 7 hours from now. Okay, do we just go all in on the Scion? I think we do. Skull, skull, skull. Oh, I forgot the brown. I need that attack value. Okay, we'll take the purple. I don't have enough to kill it, so I'm going to ignore it for now. We'll just go straight into a Dragon Soul. Hopefully this will hit enough skulls. No. Actually, why did I think it would hit enough? I was thinking like 29 plus the thing. I forgot, it's only 20 because it's the cast, not the skull. But we'll do that. Don't really need the eye. Actually, we don't even have the eye. So we just keep doing Dragon Soul. Don't even need to do anything else. Just keep the Dragon Soul going. And Elmagrim, because that's enough to kill. And down it goes. So I hope you have a good time with the nephew, Bridget. But yeah, we're starting to get through the storyline at the moment. I believe we're halfway through. I don't know how long the storyline actually is, because I never actually played the DLC version, so I don't know if it's a lot longer, or if that's mainly just side stuff. I believe it's mainly just side stuff, but I'm not certain on that. But we'll find out. I've never played the DLC version ever, or seen gameplay of it or anything, so I wouldn't really know. But based on not counting the DLC, we are basically halfway through the storyline, I believe. But we're still doing a lot of stuff in that game after the storyline, most likely. I don't know how excessively completionist I am going to be. I think I might go a little bit lesser than what my initial plans were. Just because some of them seem pretty trivial. Like, for example, maxing out every single mount in the game and a couple other ones like that. I also think I might not unlock every single spell. I'll probably get a few of them that look really interesting. I'm still going to capture everything. I think that's mainly going to be our main goal now, is get every runestone, because that has a bunch of specific related battles to it that are all different, as well as capture every troop in the game, or not troop. Well, I don't know what they're called in Puzzle Quest. Maybe they're still called troops, but capture every single unit in the game. Those are the main two goals, I think, for the completionist run at this point. Because doing all the other little nitpicky ones is just going to take way too long and be pretty boring, because it's just grinding the entire time. Oh, that also reminds me, I need to go grind that out some. I meant to go upgrade my mount, and I actually didn't do that yet. I need to go do that while I'm eating. You really need a spider mount? Is there a spider mount in that game? I forget what it even does. Let's see. What was the question earlier? Early game dungeon teams. Yeah, okay, let's see. Do you have double dwarven gate? You can use double dwarven gate Valkyrie into anything. It doesn't have to be a Tesla. The same premise works with anything. Because that's where Bridget was going at with the thing, with mentioning the Tesla. Because you need a barrier. You need either the Ocratrice, the Dragonian Monk, or the Dwarven Gate, two of them. You need one of those three on your team. Preferably two out of those three. The main reason is you're going to need the disables that they do, or in the barrier case, the barriers that they do, in order to protect yourself from the very high amount of damage that you'll be receiving. On the first one, it doesn't really matter too much on the first dungeon, but on the second and third dungeon, you can get damaged out very heavily earlier in the game when you have lower stats. So you'll need stuff like barriers, stuff like mana drains and entangles. The Ocratrice is particularly nice because not only does it disable all skull capabilities, it also drains their mana, so you get to do both simultaneously. Though it might be slightly more viable as of next patch to start doing barrier spam instead, because the more things are going to have, or things are going to start gaining immunity to mana drain. And there's going to be a couple battles within dungeons that you aren't going to be able to mana drain. So you're going to have to go with plan B, which is just barrier spam in some of those cases. At this current moment in time, you can go with mana drain, though, as well. Your biggest goal is to make sure they do not hit you with skulls, they do not cast, and if they do cast, they hit barriers. Those are the three things you need to make sure you do. As long as you can constantly keep doing those three things, it doesn't really matter what your team is. You just need to do those three objectives over and over and over again. And it doesn't even matter what your damage output is, because your goal is only to win. It doesn't matter how long it takes to win. So it could take like 200 turns and it would still count as a win, as long as you actually win. So you'll want really slow defensive troops that might take a little while to use, like Dragonian Monk. You might have to take like a whole minute to figure out where to cast them sometimes. But it'll make it so you win. And that's the main thing that matters in dungeons. Well, we'll go and throw it on reds. Throw it to yellow. Go and, I guess, transform something. I guess that works. I would have preferred Gorgolfa, but that works. So move that over. What else we have to move around? I guess we'll just go right into a Dragon Soul. Does it matter which kingdom you explore in if you are looking for a specific arcane trait stone? Yes, it matters a lot. Every single kingdom has a different arcane trait stone. The only kingdom, or the only thing that every single kingdom has the same is the celestial trait stones. But as far as arcanes, yes, every single kingdom has a completely different arcane. Yeah, Octris is really amazing in arena. I mean, in why did I say arena? In dungeons. It is super, super strong. Because it disables their capability of attacking and with skulls as well as attacking with their ability. So you get basically the two main things that you need to try disabling out done simultaneously. Not to mention it also creates brown mana for you. The only big downside to it is when it misses. But you can easily just reset in dungeons. It doesn't really matter in dungeons if you miss because you can just keep resetting over and over and over again until you don't miss. Hello Anthony, welcome. How many battles for an arcane tradestone on average in Explore? The amount of battles takes about 16 in Explore and about 40 in a normal battle, approximately. It's about 3 times the rates in Explore that you would get it. But yeah, it's about 16 battles for an Explorer, 40 in a normal battle, which is really rare that one time when we actually got 2 of them in a row in the PvP. And we also got 3 in a row in Explore before, too. We did that on Christmas Day. Anyways, but yeah, if you want to know what arcane is where, the easiest way to do this is go under Hero, go under your inventory, and go find the tradestone you're looking for. So let's say you're looking for brown yellow. Well, if you're looking for that, you can just wait till Monday, if that is the case, because you're going to be able to get all the brown yellow you'll need. But let's say you were looking for brown yellow, and you'll go click on it, and it'll bring up all of the kingdoms that it currently is available in. And then you just click on whatever kingdom you want to go to. Let's go to one that has 2, like blue-purple, for example. Where's blue-purple? So we'll go click on this, and there's 2 of them. We can either go Glacial Peaks or Kedar. And if we go and click one of these, let's say we want to do it in Glacial Peaks, we just go there, and it brings you right there already. And here you are already. And you just go in here. Any battle you do here will yield you these straight stones. But of course, you'd want to do an Explorer if you have it available. Unlocking Explorer for any kingdom requires having the quest line done for it. The 24 initial quest thingies. You don't need the bonus quest lines, but whatever initial quest line you that's within the kingdom you need to have done. And that allows you to now have access to exploring the kingdom, which of course gives higher rates for all trait stones. It's 2 times higher rate for runics and 3 times higher for arcanes and celestials. So generally, if you're looking for high rarity trait stones, you do all the farming within Explorer, or you do it with glory packs from the glory shop every single week. Right now, you can get pure brown. Next week, you'll be able to get pure purple as well as brown yellows. So if you need to trade anything that way, Gorgoltha would be your best bet. Octris would be pretty good if you don't already have it in early game. Getting that thing traded so it does 2 times skull damage. And I guess the Dust Devil in early game would also be a pretty good utility to go get. Trying to think of other things that you might want to actually get with it off the top of my head. I know Great Maul on occasion, but Great Maul doesn't really get used that much these days. Most people just run Gorgoltha. Okay, let's go take ourselves a red, get a Dragon Soul. I just realized he's using a KrissTigger on that team. I don't think I've ever seen a KrissTigger on that team. Interesting. We'll go and move Brown. You went for damage. Please hit first slot. Wow, that luck. That luck right there. We have AI luck now. Very nice. Let's go and throw this onto red. I'm not even going to convert anything. We'll just do that directly into red, get everything up. Too bad we don't have burns in some way. We'll go throw ourselves a explosion here and go from there. Yeah, that was one very lucky 1 in 4 chance of a baby dragon. Or it's 100% chance of baby dragon, but 1 in 4 chance of hitting that specific one. And that's match. Never mind, he lives. Oh, he lived. There we go. Luckily, he didn't get the chance to famine yet. Anyone else getting a lot of buffering? On my end, it seems to be fine. I don't see any buffering. Let me see. Oh, wait, yes. Wait, is my head, like, frozen? Oh, no, never mind. I'm just not moving my head. It's so stagnant in the when it was doing it before. No, on my end, it's not giving any buffering, from what I can see. Nope, looks fine. But it could be coming out weirdly. I'm not sure. Yeah, lately our connection has actually been really good. It's been one really nice thing as of recently. There might have been like some kind of weird errors with YouTube, with like, for example, the thumbnail. For whatever reason, the first 3 days this week, like Monday, Tuesday, or not Monday, Tuesday. It was Wednesday, Thursday, But yeah, basically Wednesday and Thursday. I was not able to, and I guess some of Tuesday, I was not able to change my thumbnail on YouTube. I have no clue why. Some kind of bug, some kind of something. It just was literally impossible, which is why, for any of you that saw those streams live, it had that really weird thumbnail, like the one from day one, because I wasn't able to change it. It just wouldn't let me. It was being really strange, but whatever it was, it's fixed now. Oh, where to move, where to move. But yeah, I might eventually be getting better internet as well. Not like I really need to, but I've been wanting to try to see if I can find cheaper internet, because they do keep raising the rate. And it's starting to go for the whole bundle a little bit above $200 now. That's for all three, though. TV, phone, and internet. But the problem is, the only place around me is the Comcast place. And, oh gosh, don't kill it. We're gonna lose. And, like, all of their things are just, like, bundle on top of bundle on top of bundle. And, they don't really do it, like, all individually. Okay. Well, I'm still using this team, by the way. Not that it's bad. It was just a random loss. Every team's gonna have that occasionally. Let me go switch back to the usuals. Let's see. We'll go move the purple down. I can guarantee you I am paying more than 140 per month. Let's see. We'll go and take... Maybe, like, initially I was paying 140 per month. We'll go and take ourselves a yellow. Move that over. Take the purple. Do we even need the skull? Or do we need him to not take the skull, I should say? Move that over. Take a skull. Throw the blue down. Do I have light speed in my area? I do not know what that is. So probably no. Probably not. We'll go and move that over right there. And we'll just go through the poke on it. Get one more little poke afterwards. But yeah, it's something I've been wanting to look into to try to fix everything with it. Or not my connection, but with the pricing, that is. Because I don't even use the phone in the bundle either. Like, we have a home phone and it's like, it just sits there. No one uses it ever. Because my mom just uses it all for the TV, and I, of course, just use it all for the internet. Where do we move? We'll just go take the purple down. We'll move that. Move a blue, get our explosion, go from there. Let's see you, Bridget. Yeah, I'm actually going to be heading out for lunch/dinner soon, too, myself, in the next several minutes. So if anyone still has any other questions or anything you want me to go over, definitely... leave them now. Okay, let's go get the famine down. Get her poke. Come on, famine, go! Famine, that famine. Actually, I probably should hit the other one, but oh well. It's too late for that now. Go kill us. We'll go for the explosion. It's not like it's Guild Wars. Doesn't matter if we lose the troop. And in fairness, down it goes. Oh, I missed your question. Sorry! Got buried under the other chatter that we were doing. What was your question? Can you repost it if you don't mind? Oh, never mind. I found it. Oh, no, I didn't. Yes, I did. Let's see. You asked you yesterday for a good Jotnar team, but when you answered the question, you were talking about Ural. Oh! Sorry. I thought you said Ural. Well, you could use both of them together. A good Jotnar team does use Ural. I won't be able to actually do it at the moment because it does require a hero class fully traded of one that I'm not currently using. But the team would be the following if you were to go and use a Jotnar. But yes, you do use Ural and Jotnar together generally. They do get paired quite often with each other. But, come on, screen load. Oh, it just went all white. I don't know why it shows it on my end as all white, but not on yours. It's like my screen's completely faded right now. The Gems of War, there it goes, finally. I didn't even do anything, it was just a loading screen. Anyways, let me go get the team set up. It's, there's currently not a viable 4th troop for this, but it's this, JoeConnors, hero weapon, and there's one other, giant we need from that kingdom, for Stormheim. Stormheim. Fly filter. And I believe it was Fire Giant, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't it? Deal damage to an enemy, deal triple if they are burning, it creates 10 red gems if the enemy dies. Yes. It would be the Fire Giant, and then you just use your hero weapon to cover the rest, which would be a green, purple weapon, which I forget what the best one is for that. I don't believe there actually is, other than the sun, or not the, it's the one that no one has, which is the other reason why I don't really show it too often either. Because you basically have a choice between either Pearl of Wisdom, which is create 7 gems of a chosen type, submerge a random ally and give them 1 magic, which is useless, or Crescendo, which no one barely has, but that would technically be the team. You would use this with the Titan hero class, and just run it that way. You could also run it with a blue weapon if you want. You could run like a blue-green or a blue-purple. I don't believe there's a good AoE for it. You would have to use a blue-red, which would basically just mean you might as well just use a Dawnbringer at that point, because the only other AoE blue is a Fire and Ice, which is a red-blue weapon, though a lot of people also don't have that. But yeah, it's still lacking one really good giant for this team. The hero is fine, but it would be preferred if we could get a different coloration on it. We need like a green-red or a purple-red giant. They do exist, but they don't exist within Stormheim for the bonus. But we could go and try like getting rid of, like we could put a Sea Troll in here, for example, and go and get the doubling for the JoeConnors if we really wanted to. The main reason we use hero though is if you have a Titan fully traded, you can go and half mana all of your giants. And do keep in mind that the trolls do count as giants. So if there ever does become a new giant that comes into the game that makes them really viable, you can basically just go and summon it out that way. And then you'd basically just have the 50% mana for everything and just be good to go. But yeah, if you go over to Stormheim, once you have completed out the kingdom, you get the Titan hero class. The Titan hero class is used for the purpose of being set as a giant, which then gives all giants at the start of battle 50% mana, including your hero itself. So something along the lines of that would be perfectly fine. I'm not going to be able to switch to Clash right now, though, unfortunately, so I won't really be able to show it properly. But that is around the basis of what you would do for a JoeConnors team. And yes, I know you asked for JoeConnors and not a Euro. But yeah. Let's see. We'll go move that over. Take the... What do we even need here? We'll go take the blue. What do we need to move around? Take Skull Poke. Get a blue over here. Surge, hopefully. Nope. How about an all-red JoeConnors team for Red Day to counter the pesky dwarves? An all-red JoeConnors team for Red Day. I don't know if you'd be able to get enough extra turns on that. I guess it would have to be a alchemist-oriented team, because you would need something to extra turn spam. Also, JoeConnors would have to be required fully traded for that to work. Yeah, we could go try doing something for that. That we could probably get away with, because I don't need Titan hero class for that one. So I can go show that. A pure red JoeConnors team for your Red Day Guild War. Not sure how viable that would really be, though. You'd more so be building it just for the sake of having him in there than you would be for a decent team. It wouldn't be horrible, but it's not the first thing I would go for. That is for sure. I'll definitely go still show one. Maybe it's better than I think. I've never actually tried doing a Red Day JoeConnors. Because his barriers would be pretty useful if you can get it looping quite a bit. So let me go do that with an alchemist. Go do it. Oh, wait, we even have the battle right here. Perfect. It's slightly lower stats, but not by much. Actually, no, it's basically the same stats we'd be fighting in Guild Wars. So perfect. So let me go and, yeah, we'll be able to test this perfectly then, with whatever happens. So pure red with JoeConnors. We'll obviously need an alchemist, because we need extra turn spam of some kind. Get rid of that, get rid of that. I don't want to run with JoeConnors. It's way too random for Guild War purposes. Even if we do get the extra damage on it, I personally don't feel like it's going to be worth it, compared to just looping with an alchemist. Too bad Hellcat doesn't fit. What are we missing? We need a... Ideally, we would need a red-green and a red-purple then. Red-purple could be Dragon Soul. Red-green, not so sure on that. Oh, Dark Maiden. Dark Maiden. Dark Maiden. And yeah, I guess we just go either Carnex or Dragon Soul then for the final one. We could even go Miststalker, which would yield us the pick-off for the JoeConnors. If JoeConnors doesn't kill, we could go with that. We could go for a Giant. I don't know if there's any Giant that fits that role, though. Let me see. Red and Giant. There are a lot of red Giants, but I would need... Oh, I need a red-purple. Why did I say only red? All colors. Oh, there's only... Well, that's a lot of selection. We have Rock Troll as our full selection. Never mind, that's not happening. Well, I guess we could use a hero class, but we would have to just go change the Titan, which I wouldn't want to do. What would we need here? I guess we just go for a... Yeah, I'm leaning just towards Dragon Soul, that or a last slot Impervious, like an Element Grim or something, just for the purpose of having him as a protection, not for anything else. Miststalker would be good for picking off and stuff like that. And Furnace would be good for damage output, especially since we actually have the excess yellow, maybe. That could end up working out decently. You know what? I'm going to go in Furnace. We're going to use a last slot JoeConnors. Actually, you know what? We're going to use a last slot Dark Maiden, just in case. Put the Infernus there. Which one has the higher attack? Which one would we even need to go more into? I don't know if you have an Infernus, though. Do you have Infernus? Because I'm making this team for you. So I don't want to put something in here that you don't have. We could easily downgrade that to Dragon Soul, though. Which I believe might be the game plan. Actually, you know what? Probably Dragon Soul first slot. I want Alchemist in first slot, but it's going to die too quickly. So we'll just go with, I guess, a Dragon Soul then. I really want to try putting another yellow, but it'll be fine with only one. So we'll put that there. Move that up. Oh, you do have Infernus. You don't have Element Grim. Oh, okay, never mind. That'll work perfectly then. Sweet. Infernus it is. And banner we'll just set to a... Well, we already have the +1 red off of him. I do want him getting his mana first. So we'll just set this to a red... Oh, wait, never mind. We already have the red. A brown-yellow would be what we go for. Oh, but we lose the brown if he dies, unfortunately. Oh, well, we're just going to have to deal with that. And there we go. Okay, let's see what it does. So our first goal is rush Alchemist up as quickly as possible. So let's do just that. That's full mana. Oh, I don't want to take yellows if I can. Oh, well, we still have it on the board. He might not interrupt it. Perfect. So we get rid of the purples. Oh, he has his own Alchemist. Wait, why is he using Alchemist? Oh, never mind. That's Apothecary. Why did I think that was an Alchemist? It has like a little vial. This one's like a shorter, smaller, skinnier vial. Hers is a wider, like, flask-like thing. Actually, flasks are normally thinner. I don't even know what you'd call that. A vial. A vial is exactly what it is. But yeah, they both have a vial. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that till right now, that Alchemist... Because you would never use an Alchemist and an Apothecary in the same team. Normally. I've never seen a team ever use both. But, and I know I've never bothered. But yeah, I never actually noticed that. That they both have a little potion as their icon. Oh, I could have taken that yellow. Fail. Oh well, not too big a deal. Actually, kind of a big deal. He doesn't have his mana. That would have been quite useful to have. Well... Guess we take a... I want to do something about that. How much damage do we have? It's per barrier plus the giants. That's 21 additional damage. That is 55 true damage. That is not enough. Probably a bad move, but we're going to do that. Let's see. That gives us our third barrier. How much is that now? That is a 3, 4, 28... 52 damage is how much we have now. Still not enough to really kill anything. Or at least not not any of the more important ones. So we'll go move that. Throw the explosion there. And he'll just hit those. There goes some of our damage potential, but we can easily get it right back. And just throw that down there. Get our Infernus down. And should be pretty much good to go. I'm not even going to need the Jotnar. Oh no, I accidentally used this team basically as Alchemist Inferno King. I've always still used as barriers and such. But, yeah, that was more so just Alchemist Inferno King than anything. Yeah, it works. It works. Works very well. Yeah, Apothecary plus Valkyrie is decent. That's the only combo that normally gets used, though, with an Apothecary. It's decent with War and a few other types of troops. Anything that you really need to feed a lot of brown or blue to, of course. Or both simultaneously. Normally it's not used as much with Corvash and stuff, though, because you would need more utility troops and damage. Yeah, no problem. But yeah, this would end up working out decently for your Red Guild War Titan, given that you have Inferno King and the Jotnar. And this is a lot better than just going pure Giants. You don't really even need to build pure Giants anymore with Jotnar. Ever since they buffed his boost ratio, it's pretty competent even without them. Just off a pure barrier, you get, because he does count himself as a Giant as well. So that's 5 of them. That means he can get a potential of 35 additional damage without having a single other Giant on your team. With him being the only one, you can get a potential 37. So that's pretty high. I mean 35 additional damage on top of whatever it already does. I like how I barely even cast it at all. I'm using it like a famine in that I'm using it as just a last resort. Move that, move that. Throw this down, get an Alchemist, go from there. And yep, looks pretty much like a match. Go there. Get our barriers again. And down it goes. If I didn't already have a really viable red team, I would almost consider using that for Red Guild War Day myself. Wow. The Dark Maiden with 1 other mana generator. I keep forgetting how ridiculously strong that is, because I haven't been using it that much lately. But for Red and Green Guild War Days, it's going to be even buffed further next patch too. Not because much is changing, but because, well, I guess somewhat is changing. She's getting immune to mana drain, so she'll have immunity to all the annoying mana drains, which will make her even stronger, of course. Particularly in first slot against Scion. Let's see. Inferno King or Infernus? What about it? Oh, I meant Infernus. Did I say Inferno King? My bad. I always consider them as like the exact same troop sometimes. They're kind of similar. No, they're completely different, but they look similar to me. But yeah, I meant Infernus in what I was just saying. Not Inferno King. Inferno King is for skull spam and for getting rid of barrier. Infernus is for mana generation and really high damage output. Do the devs plan to show the numbers on spells like Jotnar's? I wish they would. I don't believe they have any plans for that, but that'd be a great question for the next Q&A. That's actually something I forgot to mention too. Actually, the 2 questions I asked, they didn't even end up doing because it didn't get upvoted enough. But yeah, I will definitely make sure to leave that one next time, or someone else will. I'm pretty sure someone will at that point. But anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading off for now. If you haven't claimed a redeem code, do double check to see if it's still active, because it might still be, from PC and mobile. We will be back in about 3 hours or so, either at about 4 or 4:30 Eastern Standard Time, around that time, to go back with the puzzle quest and continuing with everything there. Other than that, we will have the normal stream tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in about 7 hours from now. And tomorrow night, again, we'll be going over the new troops like we already did, as well as Monday we'll finally have the new event switchover, and we'll be messing with all of that. Then 1 week from next Monday, we will be getting the new Kingdom, as well as the new Kingdoms event. So that's the main really hyped thing that's going to be coming up in the near future. And then we have a little bit of time off, then we get the Mythic. Actually, the Mythic, I believe, is coming right after. Never mind, they're both in the same week. I hate when they do that. I really wish they would scatter the really big updates and the Mythics. Sometimes it's like the Mythic and like the really huge update that they do, like all at once. And that's going to be the case too, because on the 29th will be the new Kingdom, and then on the 2nd will be the what's it called, the new Mythic. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the rest of your weekend. Leave a like if you have enjoyed, and yeah, I will see you all later. Thank you so much for coming by. Goodbye, everyone.